no smooth way of doing it.
Yeah, what?
There is no... Don't say yeah, what to the people. Don't say yeah, what to the ladies and gentlemen that have bothered to give up their Mondays to come and spend a little bit of time with us. Don't say yeah, what. That's disrespectful. Here's the problem, dear listener, and boy, oh boy, low numbers tonight, huh? 254. I was getting more than that yesterday playing Call of Duty. I was getting more than that playing Call of Duty.
Give him time. You know there's always a slight delay while people have a wee and put the kettle on. And
Welcome, George's Woman, Magic Man, Gaza, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, Scott Hatley, Derry Girl, Seaweed, Mermaid Cornwall, Digital Geek Me. Welcome.
Tom Swan, thanks for subscribing.
Thank you for subscribing. Koronaki has just subscribed. We've got a few subscriptions actually. Let's just do that. Victor the First, Simon. I can't see that, Simon. Simon W. Photo. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Late Night Alternative. My name is Iain Lee. I have no idea who this lady is next to me.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm Catherine Boyle.
And we are here hosting the only phone-in show on Twitch. Weeknights, 9 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. if you're in Los Angeles, California, and 4 p.m. if you live in New York City. Notifications have only just arrived. Takes 10 to 15 to notify all followers. That's why most streamers have a 10-minute intro screen. I didn't know that, and now I know that. Here's the problem. We don't have an intro screen. The one I've got is for me, which my friend Jeff made. Thank you, Jeff. So if anybody wants to make an intro screen, video loop of me and Catherine, that would be awesome. But I was playing music at the start, right? And of course you're not allowed to play music.
Even if the
Twitch.
artist has given you permission.
This is it, the artist. I was speaking to, we were using Stephen Page and Imani, and they both own the copyright to the music that we were playing. And I thought, well, that would be fine. Thank you, Jeff. That would be absolutely fine. But it turns out it wasn't absolutely fine, and that still got taken down, which is cool. But then it meant like the first few minutes of the show were muted out by Jeff Bezos. So unlucky. I'm wearing my fez, but it's very, very hot in a fez. Very, very hot. Hey, McPauls, thank you for the sub. We're going to try and mention as many of the subs and the bits tonight if we can. Hey, listen. You donate 10,000 bits, the whole show is yours. Hang on, what is 10,000 bits in real money? It's like £100, I think. If you donate 10,000 bits, we'll donate the show to you. Dedicate the show to you. But this is early days.
We're trying our hardest.
we're not really. Got some lovely merch here. Got this. So we've got to set up our merch table at the back. Hats,
There
bags,
was
and tees.
originally a candle there.
Yeah.
But I suggested that was like the beginning of Casualty, you know, when you go, oh, you don't want to do that. And yet they do. And Disaster Strike. So let's not do that.
But merch, tlna.co.uk is the website, tlna.co.uk.
Coin Gary just subscribed. Thank you.
And now we're being told that there is a no mute guaranteed playlist. Yeah, but I don't want to just play any old music. I want to play music that means something to us. And Imani and Stephen Page are huge. Oh, by the way, come here. Stephen Page is on the show tomorrow night playing songs from his basement. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Catherine, do you want to tell them?
He really is.
That's happening. That is happening. Stephen Page is on the show from the formerly of the Bare Naked Ladies, but just, if you haven't seen any of his, a real inspiration, his live from home concerts during lockdown, real inspiration. And he's coming on tonight. Who have we got?
Tonight we've got Keith and the Girl, right? Keith and the Girl
Again, another inspiration for this.
Yeah, and for a lot of other people too. Keith and the Girl were podcasters before there was a name for it.
Before the internet had been invented.
I mean, just about.
Keith's taste in films is awful.
And they make a living out of it. They are fantastic. They started out as partners. Now they're just business partners and friends. But they are given an insight into every single stage of their life, like no holds barred, absolute honesty. And they've got a really, really loyal following of fans as a result of that. You know, people come and go because there are fallouts and all that sort of stuff. You know, We've experienced that, the way that things develop over years and years. But there is a hardcore of people. There are people that tattoo Keith and the girls' symbol on their bodies.
What's their symbol?
Well, they used to have. Well, it used to be when Keith used to still drink. Used to be like a little stick man with a beer,
Yeah.
and Chemda with the hair, right? Because Chemda's got like this huge head of hair.
Yeah.
But now Keith doesn't drink anymore.
Pussy.
And but people have still got these different tattoos. Chemda had a tattoo recently. You can ask her about that on her hand.
Okay.
Inspired by something someone stamped on her as she left a club.
Okay, well, we will talk about that. But it's a phone-in show. The phone number, 0203 286 6370. You can Skype from anywhere in the world. Hello, caller. You are the first call of the week on the Late Night Alternative.
Hello, Ian. I didn't watch any of the shows last week, but
Tough guy.
I wanted to, but didn't have any time.
You're in prison? Your mum wouldn't let you? What was the deal there? What's your name, caller?
James.
James. You sounded embarrassed of being called James.
No.
Okay. You don't get any young Jims anymore, do you? You don't get any Sunny Jims anymore. It's all young people are
not
James.
Really.
You don't get a Jamie or a Jim or a Jimmy. It's James, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah. I just wanted to call to see how last week's shows were doing.
Well, you can catch up with them on YouTube.
Okay.
They ignore her. She is she is a right old sourpuss tonight, and I've got no idea why. Because she's well fed. Because I've cooked. Right. Thank you for asking, James. The show went very, very well, and it got better as the week progressed.
It's nice to hear that they were a lot better than the practice ones you were doing a few weeks ago.
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Burn.
What do you mean? The practice ones I did were awesome.
Well, not with the call-ins. Some of them were a bit bad, but...
Well, I'm going to be honest. Tonight's call-in is awful so far.
I just wanted to say, I just wanted to ask how it was all doing.
Well, now I have to reevaluate it. I'm imagining that your standards are so high that that last week would probably have been a complete disappointment to you.
Well, I believe all that you say, and if you say it was good, I believe that it was good.
But I thought that the practice ones were good, and you didn't. So we've got a difference of opinion here.
Well, if tonight's show is like last week's, and if I think that they're good, that means that it means that the people that have called in have improved.
Well, they haven't so far.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for your call. I was reminded of a British game show there, and we can do a little bit of this, right? You are probably too young. Who knows this? And when someone gets it right, you can say it in the chat, but I'd rather you called in, right? If someone gets it right, we'll find it on YouTube and we'll watch it. We have a difference of opinion. Mm-hmm. At 5-1, we have Katherine saying pony. And at 20-1, we have Ian saying car. What's the show? It's a good one. The chat have got it.
Is it? Gosh.
What happened there?
Someone.
Hello, caller.
Someone's bubblegum went down the wrong hole.
Oh, and they bottled it. That's a shame. The chat has got it. It is winner takes all. Winner takes all. Winner takes Paul.
Nice. I called in with a production thing for you.
Okay.
This is weirdness, but I get the notification that you're online. I spent the last 10 minutes trying to refresh the app on my iPad before I could see anything from you.
Oh.
I could see you on the desktop, so I was tuning into that. But it literally took 10 minutes of me refreshing my screen time and time and time again before I before I could see anything going on. So,
what do you want me to do? Buy you a new tablet? What's your problem? Get to the point, please, caller.
Well,
what is your point?
My suggestion is that you need to play a prelude of some description, at least 10 minutes.
Get the orchestra guy.
Yeah,
prelude.
Something.
An overture, if you will.
Well, he has obviously missed the bit where we talked about this.
Well, of course he did.
Well, I caught the tail end of that, but
well, so Paul. So you know that is our plan, is to try and do that. And yet you still called in. Come over here.
He still persists.
And yet you still called in to say that we had to do that. Is that honestly? Is that how you're starting the week with us?
Well, I should confess, I really only caught the very, very tail end of that.
Catch the tail end of that. People in the chat. Yeah, I agree. We need a pre-stream. We're going.
Maybe they all fell down the same
We're going to do it.
hole as Paul did. Okay, thanks very much for that. We'll definitely do that. Thanks for your input.
Hello, Jerry.
Here we go.
Hello.
Now we got new.
Hey, I heard from Macca over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't really, did I? I heard from Paul McCartney.
Okay, I'm just gonna do
on
this.
Twitter.
Oh yeah. He might. Well, is he going to call us tonight?
No, is he? He's already. Of course he isn't. He's finding a million excuses not to.
He will call.
He won't.
I guarantee he will call.
Okay, so you might remember from Friday, Paul McCartney, not spelt right, and didn't sound in any way like Paul McCartney. Couldn't spell his own name. Is suggesting that he's got a briefcase full of $70 million, just one briefcase, that he wants me to look after for him because he doesn't trust his management anymore. So I said, of course, I'll be more than happy to help you out with that one. Could you please give me a call on this number, 0203 286 6370.
Just need to make a little note here.
He made a gazillion excuses as to why not. But then he said on Friday night, the security company will call you by morning. Did anyone ring?
I don't know. I didn't know. I
There's
didn't
no
check.
missed calls from Paul McCartney.
Well, the thing is, there might be, because I don't know.
There won't be. I got another message on Saturday night. Hi, Catherine. I already talked to the security company and they say you will receive a mail or call on Monday, all right? And then on Sunday morning, hello, Catherine. I just got a mail from the security company. They said if you want to help me with the money, I have to send your email to them and they're going to pay some bills so you can get the box sent to you. So I sent the phone number again. That's all I sent. I know you really want to help me on this, but you have to do it the way the security company wants it, okay? And then I said, well, then I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, hold on. See, they sent me something I need to tell you about, if you can do that. I really want this to be done because I'm running on a big loss. Just trying to notify you that the shipment cannot be made unless it's been insured because it's against the rules and regulation of the shipping company. You know, that briefcase with $70 million in it.
Joe, can you believe this?
Yeah, I know, outrageous. So we have to abide by the rules and regulations of the security company. So here's where I come in. I have to pay them $2,000 for the insurance before the shipment can be made. Which
Sounds like a plan.
Legit, right?
Yep.
That's what they said you're going to do if you're to help me on this, and don't know if you can do that. And so by this time I was round here when I got this message from Paul McCartney. Not a problem, I said, but I need to speak to someone on the phone first. Here's the number. I will not send money to someone I'd never spoken to. I'm sure you understand. And that, my friends, is where we left it.
So he might call. He will call in. I guarantee he will phone, because I've spoken to one of these people years ago, a guy called Rooney Jeep.
Oh, was he a Beatle?
No, he wasn't a Beatle. He actually did have a picture of a Beatles calendar behind him, and I asked him, because he said, first of all, I asked for a picture to prove it was him, and it was obviously, it was a fake picture.
Oh, maybe I should ask Sir Paul McCartney for one of those.
Yeah. But he'll speak to us. People are asking T-shirts and bags, tlna.co.uk, tlna.co.uk. All right, so we've established that there is a problem with the notifications, so we will make a plan to try and get things starting 10 minutes prior to the show. We were a bit late tonight because we were watching Dinner Date, if I'm completely honest.
That's good.
We were watching a little bit of Dinner Date. Huey said in the chat, I've left a message. Let's just try this last time. Yes, hello, Jerry.
Hello.
Hello, Jerry.
Jerry, what's going on with you?
I'm all right. I just get on to do a good jingle boy playing with you for Gregorian and Emerson.
Oh, he wants to come on and do a jingle for Gregorian Emerson.
Yeah, we're
Family
going.
law.
All right, go on then.
This went wrong. I've been working on it. I thought the law one changes around a little bit.
Okay. This is for Gregorian Emerson Family Law.
I'll ring back in an hour. I'll get it done in an hour.
This counts as an ad for them. We don't have
Get
to
his
do
get
one.
his logo up.
Okay, let's. I can only do that with great difficulty. Hang on. Hang on.
Let's do this
God.
properly, Jerry, if we're going to do it.
I'm finished, yeah?
No, we haven't started. No, but we're not ready for you to do it yet. Shut up, man.
Just wait.
Right, an hour. I'll ring back in about an hour.
All right. Well, we might not take your call in an hour. So.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Please.
good. Cry. I hope you notice I've tidied up the background like nobody's business. Not only have I now got a merch table in my room, but I've tidied this up because that was messy. That was awful.
There were books, if you remember, kind of precariously balanced around this area.
What we have on display, the dance set record player, the gramophone, the haunted gramophone is now just behind Kath's shoulder. There's a haunted gramophone there. That's a Vectrex there with the jungle hat on. That's a Beatles picture that Catherine painted. Behind that is a lovely box of things that my friend Lucy made. Above that is the Frank Sidebottom Ouija board from Mugger Harris and the whole collection of the Unexplained. But, now where did I put it? I found something.
Yeah.
But I don't remember where I put it. I thought I'd left it. Oh, where has it gone?
Is it the thing you... Oh, what is this? Is this your love songs?
This is my love song.
Oh, things are about to get romantic, guys.
This is my love songs I wrote when I was like 15 years old. Got the ukulele because you never know, we might sing a few. This is...
Someone's saying, I hate the pink post-it note looking thingy. What are you talking about? That is a sculpture by one of Ian's children.
Shut your face! My eldest made that. How dare you? The pink
It's just a very pink face.
That painting, by the way, that's painted by my boy. That is painted by Imani.
And that
This.
painted by me. It's this.
This is, and you can buy those. We'll give you the link for that in a bit. This is songs I wrote as a teenager to people that I loved.
Lucy Speed being one. The actress Lucy Speed.
Did I ever actually let you look in here?
Lucy Speed, you're all I need. Yes, you did. You brought it into work
But
once.
did I let you look in here?
I think you did, yeah. May I? I won't mock.
There we go. There's a song called April. I wrote this...
Does that say fist or first?
First. I wrote this... I was between the ages of 15... Let's say 15 and 18. Although, actually, it probably went up as high as 21. But we're going to say 18.
The first one doesn't mean a thing. 12 strings and tambourines means nothing. But I still get a thrill when you call out my name in song. Wait for the applause.
To die.
To die. Oh. And the ovation to stand. I thought that said auction bastard.
Ignore her. She's a... I don't know. I don't want to demean you because I realise I could get pounced on by movements.
What, this movement?
You've got there's a real attitude problem today.
What, just today?
Just today. Get a little bit too big for your boots. Carry on with my beautiful song.
Sweep your hair back with your hand, turn and talk to another smaller man. Is that right?
Probably. I don't know. Just picked it at random.
Misery loves company, standing horizontally.
Oh, hang on a minute. What could that mean?
If you are alone and you want a friend to talk to, and if you're feeling low, you know I'll be there for you. But you gotta...
Where does it say that?
You gotta understand, I'm an ordinary man.
You've gotta understand I'm an ordinary man. Is how I imagine that would have gone
So
at the
please give me a break from your crying.
time. That took an unexpected turn, didn't it?
Wow, all sympathetic until you got fed up of the sobbing.
No, but carry on. It gets better. I just read the next line. I'm like Dylan.
I feel
No pain.
Oh, I feel pain.
This next bit. It's very true. It's something we can all relate to.
I feel pain. I get wet in the rain.
And that's based on a true thing that happened to me once.
And if I'm hit, I'm liable to fall. I remember this lyric.
If I'm hit, I'm liable to fall.
Liable. I'm not turning you away. I'm just trying to say I'm a man. That's all.
I'm not turning you away. I'm just trying to say I'm a man. That's all. Don't read another one.
Oh, that was cute, that one on the other side.
Yeah, they're all cute.
That one was both pulling and pushing away at the same time.
They're all cute.
You're
Don't worry. They're
a man
coming
of
out.
contradictions.
They are coming. They are coming out.
I'm a man. That's all.
They are okay. Okie dokie. You enjoying that, Kath? Look at your little face. Look at your little moon face. The size of a thumb. It's the size of a normal man's thumb. Look at that. Don't, because there'll be that for some people. That'll be a thing. Hey, we should.
For some people, everything's a thing.
We should do a little bit of this. Somers Waste Solutions, dear listener. All right, listen. We all know about Bob the Cat. All right. If I'm honest, I think this guy. I think he's starting his own Twitch channel. And yeah, it's enough with Bob the Cat and SommersWasteSolutions.com. All right, Katherine, just tell us a little bit about the Somers Waste guys.
Family business, national coverage, super flexible. They can deal with your waste solution conundrum, whether it's big or small. If you need a skip sorting out, absolutely fine. But you can take that up to what?
I've not used. Have you used them?
No,
I've not used them.
No,
I don't know anything. They've told us this. All right, could be complete baloney for all we know.
What you got then? What are you going to say?
I got
You got testimonials?
I've got a witness. Paul Foster, Principal Solutions Consultant at Auditel. He says, I've worked with Somers Waste Solution for a number of years. The value they bring is tremendous. Their enthusiasm, proactivity, attention to detail and professionalism is second to none. And this despite the difficulties of operating in the waste industry. It's very stinky. Whenever I need flexibility, knowledge and support and great value for money, I will recommend Somers Waste Solutions. Dear listener, dear viewer, there you go. An actual human being who has used them. Go away, Bob!
I like Bob.
I like Bob. He's getting too big for his boots. Gregorian Emerson Family Law Solicitors. I've got to make that. Richard, send me. Gelaw.co.uk. I will get a better thing. We've got some testimonials from them for later on.
Okay.
Later on.
Gelaw.co.uk.
GE Law.
That's what I just said.
You said G Law.
No, I said GE Law.
You didn't actually.
Can you just let me handle this, please? So gelaw.co.uk, Gregorian Emerson Family Law. They are people who try and take the extra complication out of a situation that can already be quite complicated when you're dealing with families, right? So instead of pitting you against your ex, they will try and find a solution that means that you get a kind of least painful way through a situation, as we said, that can be one of the most traumatizing in your life. It's a unique joint legal and psychological approach. They're not just thinking about how much money they're going to get out of the other party for you. They want to find out how this is affecting you psychologically.
You've got it.
They act as much for mothers as for fathers.
I think this might be the guy. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah? Do you want to sing?
I've got to understand I'm an ordinary man.
Yes, my friend.
It's you from the past.
gelaw.co.uk, and ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome Zeus the dog. Oh, hang on, why is he there? Oh no, we need what do I need to put a blank background. Hang on a minute. We don't want to see us behind Zeus the dog.
No, we're not that stream.
No. Why I had great trouble putting these pictures up, and then it turns up I've completely fit to screen. No, he's not doing it. So we're
Right,
going to go
so
like
here's
that.
the thing.
Hello there, Jessie. Jessie in the sunglasses.
Looks friendly, doesn't he?
Jessie in the sunglasses.
He is, unless you're a bad guy in the Devon and Cornwall area, in which case you don't want to meet Zeus.
Poseidon Safety Management, facebook.com/Poseidon Safety. Let me just move this over here so that, there we go, we can see it
better.
Let's put that up there so we can see that. I do all these and then I can never, know what I'm wearing, and there we go. Twitter.com/Poseidon Safe. They are our new sponsors. They are the largest suppliers of guard dogs. It's primarily Cornwall and Devon that they work in, but I know we've got a lot of viewers there. Largest supplier of guard dogs in the 2 counties. They are all patrols are done by local people.
Yeah.
They're like a really cool security firm. We'll tell you more about them in a bit. But
and you will know this, right? If you live in Devon and Cornwall, there are certain areas where, to get to places, you need to use
no-go zones.
your local knowledge,
There's
right?
no-go zones.
So the fact that they hire local people, they try and put something back into the community by hiring local people.
Also, they at the start of Corona, they were offering free patrols for the local pubs. And at the start of lockdown, a local school got busted and broken into, and so they gave free security to that school. Those are the things we'll be telling you more about those guys as the the evenings progress.
So thank you to all our sponsors. We appreciate your
If
collaboration.
We've got room for one more at the moment. We never have more than 4. Room for one more. Late night alternative at gmail.com is the email. Someone sent an email saying it's really rubbish that I can tell now that you're not really looking at you're not interested in the callers because you're looking at other stuff and doing other stuff. I'm driving Twitch's only internet phone-in show.
You've got to understand.
He's
just a man.
Ordinary man, Catherine. I don't like your tone.
I noticed. You've mentioned it once or twice. Unfortunately,
There's something wrong with you today.
It's genetic.
There's something wrong with you today.
I'm feeling all right.
Okay, well, I am... Why can't I start the video?
Oh, God.
There we go. Right, we're waiting for Keith. There we go. Do we admit them?
Yes.
Okay.
Are they both going to be on the same one? Because they're in separate
areas.
areas.
This is exciting. Here comes... Hey! Oh!
Look at that.
Look at...
No sleeves are required.
Look at that. Hang on a minute. I'm just trying to... Oh, and here we go. We cannot... it might be my fault we cannot hear you. Hang on.
Come on, mate.
Here we go. Now we can hear you.
Casual... now, all right, so now I need to...
So now where's Chemda? There she is in her closet.
Hang on a minute. Everybody just cool out.
I'm cool.
No, because... No, I can't see you. You've been doing this for 15 years, guys. Please, get rid of that. You talk to them while I'm fixing this and not paying attention to them.
Okay, well, Chemda, can you hear us okay?
Chemda can hear. Chemda, you have to change your speakers. You know that. Chemda. Come on Zoom.
I'm always having
I can say whatever. I can do whatever I want.
You can.
Freedom. Can she hear us?
Maybe
No.
not. I'm going to type her.
You type to her.
See, they've been working together for longer than we have, and their relationship is pretty much
How come they both look
identical.
younger than us?
Well,
I would say that theirs is slightly less stressful. For those who don't know, this is Keith and the Girl. I think a lot of you will know, but they do a really brilliant show and podcast in New York. But I can now verify that Keith is the technical brains in this relationship.
How you guys doing?
we're okay.
Why is she giving us the thumbs up?
Because she can see
Hello.
Keith.
But why? She could just say, I can hear you now.
I wasn't sure if we were hi. I can hear you now. I was trying to be subtle. Hello.
She was trying to be professional. This is the problem. We don't recognize that around here.
Hello, everybody. How nice to see you both.
Thank you.
Good
Good
to
to
see
see you guys
you.
back. I got nervous.
Oh.
It was a nervous time, wasn't it? It's very tense. What's going on with us, mates? And it's like, you're calling each other like, we're stronger than this. Fuck them. Fook them. Sorry, fook them. And it's good to see you.
Keith, we're not allowed to swear. Please.
Can Keith hear you?
Yeah, she said not to swear, but
Okay,
you know,
but-
then I had to. I didn't know what to say.
He lost all his words.
So how are you? So you two you're not meeting up to do the show then? You're doing it.
No, because Chemda is compromised.
Oh, of course you are. Of course you are. So you
Right,
have to
and
live
you
in a
get-
closet.
And you guys don't care. Yeah,
She's
so
my bubble.
She's at her place, and I'm at the studio.
Yeah, here's the situation with us. You don't have bubbles yet in New York, do you?
I don't know what that means. No.
Well, we're allowed to see a limited number of people, right? And because he is a single man, he's allowed a support bubble of people who can help him out with his kids, like I ever would.
Right.
So I'm that person.
Why
Oh, is
Keith-
that what he told you was happening? That you're his bubble, so you need to help him take care of his kids?
I think we just have to tell the police if they ever bust us.
Why is Keith laughing at me being single?
Because it's not the single thing. It's that you guys have bubbles. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have do the right thing, but yes, you have bubbles.
How is because we know that it was the whole. Well, it's not going to be a whole COVID chat, but it would be silly not to mention it. It was
Sure.
awful in New York for a long time, and then we've not really heard about New York for a while because we're all complaining that we can't go on holiday anymore over here. How is New York now?
It's.
think-
Go ahead, Amanda.
You
Permission.
know, oh, thank you. He also grants me permission to go outside. He's like my government. It's very strange. I don't
Do you
know
have to
why I
ask him
allow
when
it.
you want to go and make pee-pee?
I'm her bubble.
Yeah. I have to use the bubble. Yes. So every time. How is it here? I think, some of the behavior is always surprising. Like you go to a park thinking that everyone will be social distanced and there's no room at all. And you just go running, screaming from the park. But then you also see people turn their head when they're passing you so that, we could respectfully ignore each other like the New Yorkers. The thing is I think we're so used to turning our heads when we pass each other, like other states and cities in this country are, they say, hi, how are you? And weird things like that. We're used to just kind of ignoring each other on the way to things. So maybe that helped us in this time.
Yeah, unless, of course, remember when we got on the train in New York
Oh, God, I wish he'd have ignored us.
to visit our friend Imani, and
Yeah.
I nearly got killed.
Well, Ian
You're
decided...
always nearly getting killed. What
does.
is that?
Ian decided to engage with the guy who was ranting on the train.
I thought I could help him. Turns out, of course, that you have terrible care for seriously mentally ill, violent, dangerous people, and that's just what he was doing.
Yeah, he was.
Did you think he was having a conversation? Like,
Well, he was kind of pacing up and down the carriage, daring people to
Yeah.
look him in the eye. And Ian was like, "You all right there, man?" Of course, triggered.
I'm gonna
the apocalypse.
You're looking at me. I'm gonna kill you. And then I remembered. Oh God, they have guns over here. Okay, that was the girl next. There's a woman next to me started crying
Quietly sobbing, yeah.
because it was so terrifying. I'm just.
it's
knew-
always
Yeah,
it's
she
always
knew you were
someone's
about.
turn.
You were about to die. She knew. it.
She felt. I'm just
It's a
an
sad
ordinary
day.
man. And hey, I've got this folder here.
Oh, this is a treat. This is a
I'm
real
not-
treat.
well, these. I found this. Okay, these are. There's primarily songs I wrote.
I was
when
just
I
going to
was-
say, Chemda, if he asks you to do karaoke, it's a trap. They always mock these people. They're not your friend.
Between the age of 15 and 21, I was a very romantic guy, very romantic, and I would write that in song. And I'm just wondering if either of you, when you were youngsters, kind of expressed yourself in poetry, or Keith's laughing, which I get the vibe from Keith, tough guy now, but 14-year-old Keith in school writing poems, love poems.
It
know
was
what?
older than that, and it wasn't my poems. It was like
Oh,
Def
yeah.
Leppard's Love Bites, and I acted like I wrote it.
He used to write them out by hand and send them to girls. Yeah, I remember that.
When you make love, do you look in the mirror? Who do you think of? Do you touch and see?
Oh,
Like, as if that made any sense. But I'm like, think about this one, honey.
well, reading one of yours.
Okay.
This is what you
As-
could have won.
As you look, I'll tell you, I gave the poem. I was even out of school. I was out of 18. I was over 18, or at least 18. And Warrant, Chameleon. You can't change who you are by the colors you put on.
Here we go. Here's one that's in a plastic wallet. So this means I must have thought highly of this. Would you like
Wipe
to,
clean.
Would you like to read, Catherine? Hope I Fall or Traffic in the Background?
Traffic in the background.
Now I haven't
says.
looked at these for 30 years, so
Traffic in the background.
here we go.
If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you.
Thank you, Keith. That's very kind. But let's let Catherine do her bit now, please.
Has it been this long since we last spoke? Has it really been 2 months? Has it really been?
Oh my.
The bent time.
What's it?
The best time for you.
Best.
Oh, I thought that was English slang or something.
It is. Since the time we never knew each other. And I know that in the end you were my friend, clever. And if I play guitar, you might hear me one day.
Ooh,
One
you
day.
should learn how to
About
play
that.
the guitar one day.
Yeah, that's good. That's beautiful. I don't like your tone.
Whoa, whoa! For crying out loud, I'm getting used to it. The sunflower. God, I used to be king.
Powerful words. Powerful words. I can see Chemda's just having a little flutter. It's working. It's magic. This is powerful juju. You can't just
You
throw
seem
this
very
out.
excited about it.
Yeah. Did you, Chemda? Did you ever write stuff like that, or maybe you were the recipient of? I think
She was the inspiration. She was
Yeah.
the muse.
Oh, I was nothing like that, but I appreciate it. Yeah. Not even for my parents, but thank you for asking. I did. I wrote a lot. In fact, in my 20s, I was pursuing singing, and I wrote a bunch of songs, and a couple of them were published. I got to go on tour. But I remember writing my first song at 12. It was hilarious. I still remember a little bit of it. It was very, very silly, but I liked it.
Please.
No, Keith already warned me.
Which I didn't know you went on tour as a singer.
Yeah, she's good. She's bloody good.
Oh, I bet she's good. She's. I think both of these people are two of the most beautiful souls I've ever
No,
met in
don't
my
give
life.
Keith the credit. I did it. He wrote
Yes!
something. He's plagiarizing that
that.
in front of you.
Keith is looking very shiny today. It's got to be. I respect a man who glows like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
I
what-
have the air conditioner on, so I need the window's coming in.
And poor Chemda's living in a closet. This is the difference.
Yeah.
He's allowed to see the sun.
This is where my parents were hoping I would end up, just inside the closet.
That actually is a closet, isn't
Yeah.
it? Look at that.
It is. Yeah.
And so
even
you're
with those.
doing the show from there.
I
Your
am.
show,
It-
the Keith and the Girl show.
This is the quietest place in all of New York City. So you're welcome.
She also does costume changes.
Yeah.
How long have you because you guys have been a huge inspiration to us. Kind of, we would, giving us the confidence to do this and move over to this, and Twitch are kind of paying us a bit, but it's you have, and you also, when we came over on your show, you inspired us to up our game on our radio show. I think we were going through a slightly, what John Lennon would call a slightly fat Elvis period, where we were just coasting and doing the hits, and then we came and saw you, and it was like, Jesus, okay, we need to work a lot harder. What is it? 15 years you've been doing it now.
Yeah. Is Keith being modest? Yeah. Go ahead, Keith.
I concur. Yeah, 2005, March of 2005.
And what was how? Because 2005, I'm trying to think.
Was there social unrest in 2005? How would you do it?
But there wasn't, the internet wasn't, well, it was kind of the internet then. What was the plan?
It was kind of the internet where it was still in 2005 when we told people we're podcasting. They didn't know what podcasting was, so we'd have to explain that it was a talk show that people hear through their internet, and then they just kind of dismissed us as nerds in their, in our mom's basement or something like that. So it was hard enough, and to say that you worked, quote, on the internet was still like, whoa, that's a big deal. People were still making phone calls and doing things like old school. So it's changed so much where now in a pandemic, you can try to get yourself a mixer or a mic, but most things are sold out because everyone's deciding to do this now.
Do you think there are too many podcasts now?
Oh God, yes. I would say yes.
Only like there's too many TV shows that I can't find anything. But I think the more than it makes it. Whenever we started, podcasting wasn't necessarily a word that caught on. It was on the iPod. It was before iTunes had a podcasting section. So yeah, more podcasts only made it more popular. But no, I don't think it's too late for somebody to start another one, quite frankly.
I think it's great, right? That because my kids are kind of interested in this. They're more interested in YouTubing is their influence at the moment, and that's brilliant. And I think that it's great that anyone can make something and can put it out there. And but I do think I was doing a fun podcast with a friend Elton, where we would watch a time travel movie and talk about a time travel movie, and then it just kind of hit me. There's so many podcasts where it's two white middle-aged men deconstructing pop culture, And I just think maybe we could just put a limit on those. Maybe we could say no more, two white middle-aged men watching every Rocky movie and talking about it. We got enough.
And then you put out an ad. I'm looking for a black man into time travel movies. And you're like, I don't know what to do.
I'm looking for a black lesbian in a wheelchair to come and watch.
I'd actually listen to that podcast. It'd be awesome.
I would do it.
Are you trying to tell me that there are spaces in this world that middle-aged white men mainly occupy? You do go on. Get out of here.
I'm going to let you into a secret, guys. I am fully woke. And I stand with my brothers and sisters of all genders, all sexualities, and almost all colors. Almost.
Oh God, done and done. We're fixed. Everything's good. I believe that's our 5th ally, if I'm counting right. So
that's sorted.
Yeah, the diversity is part of the secret. I don't know what the two of you worked out, but me and Chemda said right away, if the word transgender ever becomes something, we may not do that. Our sexes always have to be different. It's so people see a difference, and that's just the thing we made in private.
Well, it stops people getting confused. One of the things I was told when I first started in radio was people don't
hey
listen,
bitch.
I didn't hear that. I used to hear it on the way out as they were whispering.
When we lost our job, a regular listener posted, "Oh, that effing bitch."
I was the nice one, Chemda.
Yeah.
I was the nice
one.
Because
she'd lost her job. That's what we're dealing with.
But one of the things I got told when I first started in radio was 2 women on the radio doesn't work because people can't tell the difference. But men, obviously, very, very different indeed.
That's why we always make sure that Keith's voice is just a little bit higher than mine. Just a little up here so you can differentiate. It's fine.
Keith, I'm going to throw a movie out to you.
And I will tell you it's shit.
This tends to be the pattern. I saw a movie on Netflix at the weekend that had me in floods of tears.
Oh, tears.
It was what was it called?
Have you got that feeling yet? You've got a few more than last time.
I know tears, aka sadness. I know anger, I know happiness, and then it's just, more or less of those. There's not a million feelings. There's really 3, and then you
I've just been trying to educate him, haven't you? But
right. It's the color wheel, right? All of us look like we're dressed different, but there's 4 colors,
We did a colorblind test with my kid the other day, with my eldest, because he thought he was colorblind, and we did the test, and he wasn't, and he was so disappointed that he could see all the colors.
Oh man!
So I saw a film on Netflix starring Jane Fonda and Jason Bateman and Kylo Ren and Tina Fey, I think it was called "This Is Where I Leave You."
Okay.
And it was about a dad dying and a family.
I knew it was a beaches thing. This is where I leave you. I knew it.
It's not beaches.
It's not as good as beaches.
And a family come together, and here's what it did: made me laugh, made me cry. It really made me think.
Okay. Was this back? I'm trying to think. Was this back in 2014?
He's seen every film.
No,
so.
he hasn't. I can see the reflection in his glasses. He's on IMDb. Look.
He wants to see how many
was this
the reflection in his glasses.
Was this produced and directed by Sean Levy or Levy?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's the movie. You know it.
Yeah, it's coming to me. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No. I remember. I know Terry Stacy does good cinematography, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Excellent. I didn't know it was. It makes sense that it's Stacy. He's got his style now. You've mentioned it.
Oh my! This is how all the podcasts start.
Do you cry easily at movies or in general?
I used to cry a lot at movies. I haven't for a while. I did. I'm going back to college, and I had 2 days of college at the weekend just before I saw this movie, and I think something's unlocking.
More feelings.
And
I'm sorry. In 2 days of college?
Yeah.
What did they talk about?
I'm a fast learner. No, it's just made me realize. Here's my plan, right? In 3 years.
By the way, 1 second, real quick. 44% on Rotten Tomatoes, if the audience is curious. Anyway, continue.
Does it really? Okay. 3 years. I'm out. I'm out of this business. I'm done. I'm gone.
Oh.
And I'm going to go and be a counselor, therapist, and
2 days of school.
Yeah. And I did 2 days, and I came out, and I just thought, Jesus, I've been doing the wrong thing for the last 25 years.
Right.
Wow, those
Freedom.
classes are powerful.
Yeah. How long's the school going to be? 4 days?
This is like an induction thing, right? To see if you're good enough to do the whole thing.
I could probably work on these two already. I could probably.
Keith has
Let's
got
do
you.
it. Therapize us.
Okay.
Go
well,
ahead.
Chemda, you're doing a pretty good job of therapizing yourself, aren't you?
I'm working on it. Yeah. I'm one of those things where hopefully it's not annoying that I keep talking about,
No.
self-help and things like that. But
I
yeah,
think
I'm
it's
working
brilliant.
on it.
So tell me about 1 minute at a time, because that's Keith and the girl have got this whole network empire thing that they've got going, and they go off and do little solo projects and come back together. Like Keith's got this podcast about being a diamond dog and a man in the modern world.
Mm-hmm.
But Chemda does this thing where everyone just takes a moment of self-care and self-love, and it's from the feedback it's getting, it sounds like it's working for a lot of people.
The feedback is so amazing. I'm so happy about it. OMAT is 1 minute at a time. Every exercise is 1 minute long. So we do things like give gratitude for 1 minute, meditate for a minute, plank, aerobics.
Plank for a whole
writing.
minute. My God, I'm out. Up until then, I was going, yeah, that sounds plank. No. Sorry, go on. I interrupted.
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to start at 1 minute. It's sort
Okay.
of putting that thing that continues. There's a bunch of voices in our head, and a lot of times we don't get to choose which one is amped up on which day. So it's exercises to help you have that muscle to reach for whatever exercise you need at the moment. So all these 8 exercises I found by reading and researching which ones are the ones that are essential that we need to do, but that overwhelm us so much that we keep putting it aside. I think 1 minute can jumpstart that. Like, you don't start at a 1 minute plank, but you start at giving 1 minute to plank time. So
Right.
you have that 1 minute, you recognize that you have it. And if you do 20 seconds, it's much bigger because it's using all of your muscles than sitting on the couch for another minute.
Because this comes from the fact that you've been through a lot of stuff quite close together, and
heard
had
some
to find.
stories?
Yeah, I heard you. The honesty in your podcast is something else, and I want to ask you about that in a second. But it comes from this idea of, and I found it really helpful as well, because I've had some stuff happen to me, not the same as you, obviously, but that moment of realizing that while things seem to be spinning out of control, you're looking at a really knotty problem or lots of complicated things intersecting. Nothing is happening now. That moment of, but nothing is happening now. So to stop your head spinning, you kind of center yourself. And I found that technique really helpful. And you taught me about that because of what you've been talking about on Keith and the Girl. So please carry on talking about it.
Well, that's really huge for me, because they say that if you're thinking about the future all the time, you're in anxiety, and if you're thinking about the past all the time, you're just kind of like allowing nothing else to happen. So what's happening now, no one's paying attention to. Not no one, but it's interesting that we have to practice being here and central. So yeah, a lot of things happened at the same time. I do think that everyone says that it's like it never happens one at a time. You never just get maybe a death in your family. You get like cancer and a death and somebody being really mad at you or whatever makes you upset. And I had to place these in order. Like, I know that when bad things happen, my first reaction tends to be everything's bad. And then my brain just goes to that and decides that everything's bad, and I start shutting down. So when I found out that I had a tumor, I'm like, oh, I gotta figure out if there's something else to think other than everything is bad here. I gotta believe that there are options. So I actually sincerely looked up how to be happy. And while I'm doing the research on that and getting open heart surgery, I find out that my husband is cheating on me, soliciting women on Craigslist, and, planning meetups in hotels and things, creating relationships that are romantic. And, I had to take 2 months off of work. I was just coming back to work. So a lot of things were happening at the same time, but I had already been starting to look things up so I could catch myself going, this is bad, everything's bad. And then that practice of, didn't I just give a minute of gratitude this morning? That really makes me feel like not everything can be bad, because I just did that. So that small muscle switched over a little. If I was able to do it before, can I do it now? I'm resisting in my head anyway. Do the list because you said you were going to do it. And I start giving the gratitude, and I come back to a different space in my head. And that's just one of the exercises. It came from a routine. My routine used to be 3-4 hours long in the morning, because I would do 15 minutes of meditation and this and that. And just to for some days that you can do that, that's great. Have longer routine, have more of something that you like more. But for times of overwhelm, I don't think meditation is for me. You can try it for a minute. For, planking, 1 minute you're out. Absolutely. Let's try 10 seconds. Let's try 5 seconds. And this club meets every morning for 15 minutes so we can go through it together. And that's what the Omatathon that's coming up is. That's what OMAT Club is. And it seems to be benefiting other people in the same way that it did me. And I think that's why we share information. This works for me, not a suggestion, not what you should do. This is what I did when I felt this way. If you can take anything from that, then go ahead and run it yourself the way you want it and feels comfortable to you.
Well, I'm not as evolved as Chemda, but this just happened to me yesterday. I'm about to do laundry because of this gratitude exercise she has. In spite of myself, I'm putting laundry in the bag, knowing that laundry is close. It's not even in my building, but it's very close. I said to myself, like, oh, I get to do laundry, as opposed to I have to do laundry. So she's making me like stupid, but it felt good. And you're like, yeah, I get to do that.
Just a
Keith, I
slight
told you to
adjustment.
say not stupid, simple.
Simple. I became a real simpleton, and it felt good to do laundry.
Chemda, is there a website that I can type into the chat?
Yeah, so there's keithandthegirl.com/OMAT Club, OMAT for 1 minute at a time club. And we're also doing this thing on Sunday where we run for free back-to-back OMAT Club. So you can register, and that's keithandthegirl.com/OMATathon, OMAT-athon for marathon. So that's like a free taste, like 15 minutes. Join us whenever you want. I wanted it to be available all different hours of the day so that people in different time zones can join. So it's literally every time of the day is available.
Are men and women?
Are men and women allowed? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we will take both.
I'm coming. I want some of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want some of this.
He's going to ruin it.
No, I'm not going to ruin it. Why would you say that? You've heard my lyric. He knows
the feelings.
I'm an ordinary man. No, I want some of this. This is the thing.
No, they're great.
This sounds great, right? And again, this is partly why I'm doing this counseling.
Hold on 1 second. You know I'm a man, right?
Sorry?
You know I'm a man, and I said I did this thing, right?
I didn't know you were a man, Keith.
Yes.
Keith, you're not supposed to assume.
That's why she's the girl. I get it now. I get it, and I've met you and everything.
Right.
No, I want some of this.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I think one of the things of lockdown has taught me is just I enjoy my own company more, and is being in the moment more. Because the thing with lockdown over here is that everyone was kind of forced to be mindful of the moment because all future plans were cancelled. For a while, there was nothing ahead of us, and we had to live in the day. Some people really struggle with that, but actually quite a few people, and it's been suggested that quite a few people that suffer with depression have really benefited from being forced to live in the day.
Well, also, a lot of people who are anxious anyway kind of settled into lockdown better than other people because they were like, yeah, we knew this was going to happen already. I know this is my default position.
How have you found all the lockdown stuff, Keith? Have you struggled with it or have you been okay?
Well, it is. It's a big world, but yes, I think it's safe to say we had the same things that you guys do. It's weird. It's just odd. It's surreal. All of a sudden, you don't know what's next. I'm more than most people. I think I don't mind being a loner, but with that said, I do like a poker party or a game night, and that you can't have that, and you can't connect naturally. It's odd. I think the only word I can say is if I'm telling somebody news, it's surreal. It's insane. And that people, and then I get crazy because nobody wants to live like this. And nobody could just behave for a month, no exaggeration, with masks. That's the part that's like, what?
Oh,
they knew it was real for 2 months somehow. They knew that, but then it can't be longer than 2 months. There's no way that science is real. That's just crazy.
Well, did I hear right that Mel Gibson was one of the people saying it was all a big hoax and he's now in hospital with it?
Yeah, and believes it now. Chuck Woolery, a famous game show host over here, was right wing like that, what we call right wing, saying it's a hoax. Oh, my son got it. Watch out there. It's like, yeah, don't act like you're teaching me. Like I'm an asshole like you, arsehole. And, then why do they believe it? Like, why does Mel Gibson, just because he got it or somebody marked a checkbox, why is it real now? Why isn't it still a scam and the doctor's being scammed and you have a version of a flu, not this big Democratic conspiracy? How does it make sense now?
I think it makes sense that someone like Mel Gibson would not believe something that's not happening to him because he is all about what's going on to him.
Right, but but why are you wrong then? Why are you wrong because you're sneezing a lot and you have trouble breathing?
Okay.
Why can't it just be some in the air? Like, oh no, you have it now. I have what? I don't believe in it. Well, you're on a ventilator. Now you do. Okay, now I do.
We had it became law on Friday that you have to wear masks in shops, and it should have been law like a month ago at least. But now you're getting these tough guys and tough ladies who are doing hashtag no mask selfies.
Yeah, in supermarkets.
Which is them in supermarkets taking a picture with their face going, yeah, I refuse to breathe in my own air. It gives you cancer.
I don't see them doing that on a COVID ward, though, the tough guys. They do it in front of the apples and bananas, but not in front of people who
Why
actually...
is it...
It's the same thing. Sorry, it's the same thing with our president who's encouraging this bad behavior. Then he finally goes to a hospital of wounded soldiers and wears a mask. So they go, okay, it's been 4 months. Why are masks now? And he's like, well, these are veterans and there's a time and place for a mask. The end. As if that justifies anything.
Yeah. I'm going to put this out there, right? And this is just a theory, and I'm just thinking about it now. And let's see with this. Let's go with this. I think that the people that don't wear masks would also be classified as racists.
Yes.
I think there's a correlation, certainly between right wing. I would suggest it's a correlation between extreme right wing and racists. And Widdicombe has come out saying we shouldn't have to wear masks.
Yeah, I
hope she doesn't wear a mask.
Does it require the same lack of empathy as it does to be racist?
I think so.
To not want to look out for someone else,
surely
not you.
If all lives matter, as these people say, then wear a mask.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put this out there. Let's see if we can get some stats. Is everybody that doesn't want to wear a mask a racist?
I think there's it could be that there is a correlation because both things are, I don't want to change because that makes me uncomfortable, never mind what it does to somebody else. So that's what your racism does. And that's what your mask situation does also. But it's so sad that this is what we're arguing about constantly. Where you're like now, Xerxes, my boyfriend, right before the show was reading something about a state or two or somewhere in the US, they want to alleviate, to not have the mask rule inside because there's so many physical fights. There's so many fights in the stores that they want to make it a law that you don't have to wear your mask in there. So nobody has a reason to argue. But this is what I think that's what America does, is just Band-Aid over it. Like, that's not actually a solution.
No, you're making a law for the arseholes, essentially.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, you're going to fight. That's like when Keith talks about, he gets bullied and then the teacher goes, hey, you two, stop it. But
Keith, knock it off. I'm like, sorry. I didn't mean to keep getting punched during class. That's for after class.
How is the show going? We love you. I listen occasionally. Kath listens all the flipping time.
And who's
That's
healthier?
why we like her better.
By the way,
I know exactly.
Coincidentally, who's healthier? Who's more evolved?
I'm not the one boasting about being evolved. I think that answers your question.
How is the show going? Is it you finding it all right? It's weird, isn't it? When we started doing the radio show from home before the idiot sacked us, and I was doing it in my house. Catherine was in hers, and it took a while to get used to not being in the same room, not even seeing each other
because
at that point.
So much of it is about eye contact, right? When you're working with someone, and especially you two, it's you need to know when your time is.
And even the energy, even the phys, and I'm not spiritual per se, but yes, of course, there's an energy from a person, and to not have that, like even the beginning of us talking, we're trying to play double dutch with each other. Yeah, it's a little weird. So yeah, especially at first, yeah, it was strange.
Let me tell you this: I never in person was like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me yet? Am I in? Should I raise the volume?" It's just very different. We've also had some very interesting mic checks with guests, stuff like if you warn them ahead of time, hey, if you have a mic, plug it in. If you have headphones, plug it in. They come with nothing. And then it's like, we test them. And then if you had a mic, this might be better. And they pull a mic like
a rig. They pull a whole rig like it's on a wall. Like it's the Matrix, and he's about to go to war with his guns, except it's 17 mics and 15 headphones. Like, what do you think's best in this situation? Like, where were you? We're an hour in. I mean, that you guys just, I mean, I guess that's testament to us, but that you guys just put people on live right away, that's lips. That is some nerves.
Yeah, it doesn't always pay.
Right.
In the chat, just to let you know, it's kicked off with non-mask wearers are racist.
Oh, good.
Chaga Woo Woo says, why is it always left-wing Marxists always get the most uppity, interesting language here?
Oh, gosh.
Because people are dying!
About masks and the need to be told what to do. The whole like Marxist...
I'm not the one saying that I'm too good to wear a mask.
Yeah, the whole Marx... I don't really know what a Marxist is.
Does he mean that you have to be Marxist to care about someone that's not you?
Just wear a mask.
Here's why. It's a conspiracy. Because what's that person's name?
Chugga wugga woo woo.
Chaga Woo Woo.
Okay, chugga woo woo. It's a trick. Look in the mirror. You have an ugly mug. We're doing whatever it takes for you to hide it. It's making me sick to see you. Because we like masks. I mean, think about it. Instead of just going, why do they care so much? Google, why do they care so much? And the answer's there. I mean, we have the same problem in America. Not enough shame. I don't know where shame went, but you just wrote that in public. Why do they care? Google why they care. Then come back to the alternative and go, oh, yesterday I learned why they care. Maybe I have a nuanced thought, but actually I don't, because it's pretty simple. People are dying. BLM, why not all lives? You just said that. People are fighting for this. Google it. We'll tell you, and no one needs to know that you didn't know. You're not even embarrassed.
I think they are a little embarrassed. Otherwise, I don't believe he was christened Chugga Wugga Woo Woo. I may be wrong. I don't want to judge on that. It's cool if you are, but there's a reason you're not using your own name.
Right.
Well, the real conspiracy theory here is that he got all of us to say chugga woo woo, and I really, he would have said anything in that chat for that to happen. We all like, oh, well, if chugga woo woo has something to say, we better get on it and get serious. Get Keith to yell a little bit. Chugga woo woo.
I'd rather just, that was 3 times. I'd rather just wear a mask and not have a fight every time I go out. How's that fun? Chugga woo woo. Yes, all racist. Yes, all assholes. I'd rather go out and fight for my milk today and tell people what's right. You're all suckers. Really? Who says that? Crazy people. The people that Iain met on the streets here in New York City, on the subway. They're the ones screaming about conspiracies. That's you, chugga. Mr. and Mrs. Woo Woo. God, I hope they're not alive. I hope they don't see you now.
Well, they won't be if he visits.
Oh, God. Right. What do they care? I don't know. We were caring about the Woo Woos even though we didn't know them.
Please don't get all heteronormative about his family. It could be Mr. and Mr. Chugga Woo Woo. Whoever raised you.
You know it's not. You know that's a straight couple. You know I'm right. We can't play dumb forever. Yeah. For it to come out of the vagina makes an asshole.
Keith, can you get a little serious about this and tell us how you feel?
You know, we all have our facts, and that's his truth, that there isn't a disease. My truth is there is. Neither of us went to school for it, so who knows? Idiot. I hate you, and I know what hate is. That goes under mad, but more. I hate you. You are in my thoughts, woo-woo. I will dream of you tonight. And you can be like, oh, I'm in your head. Got to you. You won. You're there. I am interested in your life, chugga. Forever. Decades from now, when you forget about this, I'm going to follow you and your kids online and see what's up with the woo-woos. I'm curious. What the hell? You're alive. You're a person. You typed that with people hands. What?
So, I hope that answers your question.
Was there
what?
a question?
Just trying to talk about dumb movies over here. And you typed that.
Well, on that bombshell,
Yes.
I mean, if you like that, there's loads of it on Keith and the Girl.
Oh yes, stuff keeps happening. Yeah.
We love you two so much. I tell you why, because when we came over the first time, we weren't sure if Kath and I were like, "Are you coming on?" I don't know. We don't. And you were the first people that we'd met on a professional level that treated me and Catherine equally. No, this is what we've been striving for ages.
Fuck, we meant to treat you lesser.
Well,
Yeah. She's allowed to curse in that case. Yeah.
yeah. But you were the first people to do it. No one had, I don't think anyone had done it before. And it was magic. Honestly, we were so inspired by you guys. It was we walked out of there going, "Oh my God, we got to up our game a lot. This is an incredible setup."
Why don't you come over again? I mean,
there's COVID-19.
What's the problem? Don't wear a mask. Fight everybody and get over here.
I'll come over if you let me in your bubble.
Oh yeah, come in my closet.
Yeah. Is it the way like if you knew somebody before the virus, you could share straws?
I can't imagine flying. I'm not going to fly. I'm not going to a show. I'm not doing anything until there's a vaccine, which of course is Bill Gates's plan, so that he can monitor all of us and control and kill our children.
Because he's not busy enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So-
these computers aren't monitoring you already. Chugga chugga woo woo.
We will be over as soon as there's a vaccine. We're gonna get the jab, and then we're gonna come and we're gonna terrorize you.
I love it. By the way, our next title for our next episode will be Chugga Chugga Woo Woo. Look out for that at keithandthegirl.com and on every platform that podcasts are available. Just look for Keith and the Girl. You will always find Chugga Chugga Woo Woo from now until the end of time. You have made Keith's list. Congratulations. I think I've made it once, but I've since been redeemed. It's very hard to do. I will give you that, but it's worth a try.
Now we have our own chugga chugga woo woo. What was that? Bobby Buck Cakes. That's the American version. You piece of shit.
What about Daddy Rest? Is Daddy Rest can't? And what about the guy who was calling up and saying
Hemda's face lit up then.
and saying all the stuff he wanted to do to Hemda, even though he couldn't use his he was
Appendages,
pretty
yeah.
handy.
Yeah, I don't want to brag.
What
We've
did
been
he
doing
say?
this.
He was as good as a lesbian.
Is as good as a lesbian with his fingers, even though he was always too drunk to get hard. Yeah, we've been doing it 15 years though, so we have a couple chuggy chuggies. It's chugga chugga. You know this asshole is listening. It's chugga chugga.
Is the website. If you go on Spotify and iTunes and all your podcast providers, type in Keith and the Girl, it's there. And there's 15 years of back catalogue to dive in. It's so nice to see you. Come on again soon, whenever you want. Let us know and you can come on.
Right.
Thanks for
Can I do
having us.
Can I do a quick chugga chugga impression?
Yeah, please do.
Why does everyone believe in math? Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you lots. Bye.
Bye.
What
I love
fun.
them so much.
Keith and the Girl, man. What fun. I mean, just.
And I saw some people in the chat going, "Oh, he's so angry." That wasn't angry. He was enjoying himself.
That was kind of mellow.
That is my favorite podcast. My favorite podcast.
Oh, you love it. I dip in every now and then because I've got a nice little run of podcasts going at the moment, and so I dip in there every now and then just to keep up to date. But
they tell you everything, right? You know, sometimes when we were doing the radio and people would get in touch and say, "Oh, Iain, are you telling? Maybe you're saying too much."
Yeah.
No.
They were part of them, and Limmy were the inspiration.
The shedding of shame, right, and the saying it and realizing that actually it's not something you need to carry around if someone else behaves like an idiot. Brilliant. They tell you everything. And they seem to be able to. I don't know. That was something we maybe need to talk to them about in the future. But how they manage to stay that honest and sane. You know, I'm sure they must keep something back for themselves, but I can't see what.
The mods, we've got the best mods in the business, and I can see that we've got a little kind of group on Twitter. Listen, if people want to ask questions about previous callers, they're very, very welcome to. So I wouldn't get stressed about that. And if it would be easier if they phoned up and asked, and then we can have an honest conversation that is respectful to the person that they are asking about. But I get why people. You know, what happened to such and such? What happened to the reason they're probably not calling in? They've either not found us or we've fallen out with them, and that's fine. That happens. Look, we're getting close to 1,000 viewers. I knew there'd be a big drop. We knew there would be a big drop from last week, but it's early days. It's early early days. 0203 286 6370 is the phone number. Where is Skype? I've hidden Skype. Maybe I closed Skype.
So very tidy.
Maybe I closed Skype. I'm not. I know what happens when you press Alt-4 on a computer. Elite Hunter 01. I know what happens. So don't do the press F4. Well, there's no need to press F4, and because I know what it does. It just buggers everything up. So so I'm not gonna do that. Let's just enjoy the peace for a little bit. We're getting close to 1,000 viewers. Let's just enjoy the peace.
I think Keith gave us a lot to think about.
Well, I got a problem with the back of my back tooth. Let's see if we can.
Oh no one wants to see this. Any dentists out there? This is.
It's the gum, my wisdom tooth, and the gum. There's something in there.
What? Something lodged? Oh, I can see a little bit of irritation there. Some redness. Oh man. This is a lot of fun for everyone.
Is that tooth going black? Oh shit. Man alive. I feel a bit flat after that. They really are.
They really have pumped us. Dry.
They're like a tornado.
Yeah, a whirlwind
Of energy. People are saying there haven't been any ads yet. Well, I've been firing off the ads. So the ads are regional. Sometimes you'll get them. Sometimes you won't. And that's absolutely...
Them's the breaks.
0203 286 6370. You can Skype us. TLNA. Hello, caller.
Who we got?
Hello. It's Danny. Well, Dan. My name is Dan. Danny Dampy in the thread.
Hello, Dan. Will we be calling you Dan or Danny?
Dan. Dan will do well. Thank you. I have to start by first saying an apology because it was me that got picked out for saying that I didn't like that pink-headed pasty thing, but it was a typo.
Oh.
My
what did you mean to
iPhone
say?
turned what is the pink-headed pasty thing, which is obviously a completely different take on the sentence.
I let you off. I don't really mind. I don't really mind.
I spoke to you guys a couple of months ago on one of the rabbit holes, saying I was listening to your old shows, trying to catch up in time to call up. So I promised myself I would call up in the first week. Couldn't get through, and I'm listening now, and I'm actually by to use a Rainbow George term, almost synchronicity, pretty much exactly a year behind, or a year to the day. So I could be your retro correspondent. But the question I had that's been bugging me, what is it with radio callers saying their own name when you go to them?
Oh, I love it. So, for example, I would go, we got Dan on the line, and then you go,
hello, Dan.
Hello, Dan. Yeah, and I go, no, you're Dan, I'm Ian. What's your point? I love it.
It's got to be nerves, hasn't it?
One of my favourite things.
It's got to be nerves, and you having sort of practiced the start of the interaction, but not thought much further on than that. I'm guessing, but it is an extraordinary phenomenon.
Fascinating, yeah, because you had a spate. It was literally almost every caller for a couple of weeks or so. I doing it, and I could see you really enjoyed it.
It's I love it. It is absolutely my favourite thing. And when it happens, when I'm listening to other shows, I quite often text Kath or my mate Scott, who's Scott Balcony, who is a speech radio geek like me, and we get very excited about it. I don't know. The brain has to be wired in a slightly odd way for that to happen, and it's a joy.
I mean,
Good point raised in the chat, actually. Who was it saying? Prodigal GM says it's like calling your teacher mum. I wonder if it's the same brain slip.
It's the funniest thing, man.
It's funny, the nerves definitely is a thing, because this is, I think, I called you up on a rabbit hole, the Zoom show one, and this is the first time I called up like a calling show. But my main thing is whenever I try to do anything like this, is probably just remembering what you're going to say rather than remembering my own name.
Tell me what it feels like phoning into this. Tell me what it feels like.
I think it's okay. I think it's more just like I said, it's just a nerve because I've like I said, I tried a few times last week and even tonight, and I kind of wasn't expecting to get through. But it's just sort of it's more how are you going to come across to other people? Is it are you going to have anything interesting to say? Which probably isn't. But it's just interesting because like I said, I've listened to sort of or the two of you sort of since Three Counties days. And listened to your show sort of pretty much most nights. And then I, for various reasons, couldn't. So since lockdown, I've been listening to probably a couple of your podcasts, not podcasts, your old shows each day. And, just disappointed the Eurovision Song Contest didn't happen this year because I think you were having a bet with Rainbow George.
I could take that money now. Here's the thing. At Talk Radio, we had a bet with Rainbow George. Those who don't know, I'm aware...
And it was a bet he was insisting on. Right?
I'm aware that we're talking in a language that any new viewers we got might find slightly alienating. Stick with it. We had a caller called Rainbow George, and he bet me £2,020 that he would write the winning song for this year's Eurovision. It wasn't
despite the fact he hadn't contacted anyone about it, entered it in any of the kind of shortlist kind of scenarios that you have to, because we said, they plan it from the end of the one we've just seen, so you better get a wriggle on.
Didn't have to be anything for the UK. And after the second time I think he did that, I had a message from my boss saying, Ian, just to clarify, you will not be able to take, when you win that bet, you will not be able to collect the money. And I'm thinking, well, duh, I know the rules. Of course I'm not. If we were doing that on here...
Also, when you win the bet, how is he so sure?
If we were doing that on here, I'd be able to take the money. Mm-hmm. I would totally be able to take that £2,020. Of course I would.
So 2021 then?
Let's do it. And listen, I've not asked, I've not told Rainbow George we're here. If any of the old callers want to call up, they can. We'll be a little bit more direct than we were allowed to there. I mean, I'm disappointed that Alan Caddick wouldn't listen. The reason Caddick doesn't phone up is because when we lost our jobs, he wished us both dead and called Catherine and effing B. And when he phoned up last week, all full of, oh, it's me. And we're like, yeah. No, before you get on with that, can we just clarify why you did this? And he didn't want to have that conversation. So we put the phone down. And that's his... Sorry, that's his issue. I thought what he said was disgusting, and but the fact that he didn't want to have that conversation is a shame and is sad. And but we've got some of the regulars, and we've got what's that?
Spider.
Oh, there's a big one up there. Look.
But no, and that's kind of it. This is a brand new kind of venture, but it's great. Just say, I think only on this kind of show, as I said, I know I'm listening, bringing back some of the old shows up, but where you can go from buying a haunted doll online to talking about. I'm currently listening to your revelation about Dr. John Sarno and the back pain. And it's just how you can flip between something sort of quite flippant and jolly to something.
Let me tell you about Sarno. My back is still great. It was hurting the other day because. And I've been doing some stuff, and then my back was hurting, and I just said out loud, I know your repressed stress and sadness, and I just thought about it for a couple of hours, and it went. Sarno works.
So I'm definitely going to find that out. Yes,
it shouldn't work, but it works.
But there's a lot of things, unexplained mysteries. Who's to say what is and isn't? So definitely, sort of, made me want to find that out. So I'll keep listening to the old ones to catch up. But I'm confused because I listened to the old one and listened to the new one, and I feel like sometimes I want to call up to answer what I'm listening to in the old shows.
Everything is still open. Everything we've ever talked about, Dan, and we're going to move on. Thank you, mate. Everything we've ever talked about on any show is still open. You probably have to remind me about it. Thanks to Papa Moore for the bits. Thank you. Robin in Cardiff has resubscribed. Thank you to Beach Reality. Thank you to VFX86 for the bits.
The Jack Fielders subscribed, thank you. Delith 1977 resubscribed, thank you.
And thank you for the gifted sub. Oh, Mr. Robus has gifted a sub to Chagga Chagga Woo Woo. Okay, fair play. I think he probably deserves it after, and it will be a he. Probably deserves it after that battering that was received. Thank you. I really enjoyed I enjoyed last week, right? I enjoyed last week a lot. I thought the last two shows, Thursday and Friday, were a real. We're starting to get into a groove.
Yeah, it was a bit of a revelation.
I feel personally I've gone back a little bit in terms of relaxation and stuff, but I feel more relaxed than I did on the first couple of shows. We're starting to get into a groove. Okay, but I knew this would happen, but I can't help but be disappointed at the numbers. Isn't that funny?
Wow. See, I'm looking at the numbers and I'm surprised.
Really? 1,000 surprises you? Pleasantly surprises
Yeah, pleasantly
you?
surprises, because
Okay.
I was braced for a lot fewer.
Okay.
So, all good.
Okay. I was expecting 1,700. If you're new here, we were getting like 4,500 last week.
Yeah, but we were on the front page of Twitch, so we got a lot of passing trade, right?
Yeah.
These are people, I'm hoping, that we might build from. You know, these are people who've come back. They're hardcore and they know the score. Hello, who's that?
Hello to both of you. It's Simon in the New Forest.
Hello, Simon in the New
Hello,
Forest.
Simon in the New Forest. People are seeing me type when we get a caller. It's just because on Skype I can just add in the name of people, and it just means next time they call in, we can go, hello, Simon in the New Forest.
And thank you very much for this show, because the last month or two have been a bit bleak without you guys being around. So it's brilliant. Thank you for that. I want some advice, if I can ask.
All right, tell us what's going on.
Right. My family, namely my father and my sister, are Tory supporting Brexiteers.
Right.
And through me listening to talk radio and other stations over the last few years, it's made me realise.
Left wing.
I think it's enabled me to form an opinion based on fact and the facts that are in front of me. And my father and my sister are unknowingly, I think is the right word. They backed the wrong horse, and I can't talk to them about it because their way of dealing with it with me is to shout me down and put a full stop and not discuss anything. Now, my father has taken to watching right-wing extremists on the internet, and it really upsets me. And we've had a massive falling out tonight because I was trying to sort of talk about it, and sort of I wanted to know why, because in my mind, take Brexit out of everything, the fact that we've got the death count that we've got, and we've got a bunch of absolute morons running the show, and I cannot get my head around the fact that my own father and my sister are supporting these people. And yet you can see what's happening. You can, surely to God, you can see the facts in front of your face, and yet I can't discuss it with them. And it basically means that I come away without being able to release my thoughts and my feelings. I've also now got to contend with the fact that my father and my sister are knobheads. But I don't.
But they'll say the same thing about you, you see. I
Yeah.
think it was very interesting what you said there is I can't discuss it with them. Maybe that's it. Maybe there are just some things you can't, because you're not going to change their mind. It's just going to create more tension. Are there other things you could talk about? You're not going to change their mind. You're not. And I
but
speak
Kath,
from
the thing is-
experience, having had to say to family members of mine, do you know what? Let's not talk about it, because
Oh, right.
I find what they think infuriating, and they don't
Yeah.
listen to me when I'm presenting them with what I think are facts.
Yeah.
And they see my interpretation as biased. So we're not going to agree. Let's talk about something else. If we're going to stay friends, maybe that's just one element of life we don't discuss.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
live with them, so why do I have to bring it up? I'm not going to change them.
I take that. The only thing I would say to that is we all know how many people in this country have died, and I hold the government responsible for that. And if that isn't enough to sway your thoughts, then what on earth is?
Exactly.
And that is what I find so hurtful.
Why are you taking it personally?
Probably because I don't, as I've said to you before, I don't have much of a life, and I've got the radio on 24/7, which is why it's so refreshing to have you guys back. And it's literally all I've been fed into my head for the last 3 years. And I don't really have a lot else going on, to be honest, which is sad. But and the thing is, see, obviously, and I know that I've said some things in the past that aren't very nice. I personally have come a long way since, say, 5 years ago, because I used to walk around believing that I was right wing and held those values. And it's only through listening to people like you and Ian. And don't get me wrong, I'm not all there. I'm not all the way there yet. There's still a few things that need to be ironed out. But I actually value people now. I care about people now. And it makes me sort of wonder. There was a decent guy inside all along, and one that wants to see good in everybody. I mean, you chugga woo woos and that. I mean, I don't think I've ever been that bad, but I was probably on the way there, and I'm completely U-turned, and it's like I just question things.
May I offer a suggestion?
Yes, Ian.
Has saved my life recently.
Yeah.
Switch the radio off.
Well, it's not. It's certainly not on when you guys are on.
Yeah, but switch it off. Switch it off.
Yeah.
Listen to it less, because as you know, if you've heard us, you will know, phone-in radio is designed to make you angry and scared. So I certainly don't listen to anybody on talk radio anymore. I never really did. I used to listen to James because he was on before us.
Yeah.
But
I'm so let down. I feel so let down by him.
I believe that he's taking the dollar. I believe that he's keeping his job safe by going extreme right wing. Extreme. Let me take that word back. By certainly being significantly more right wing than I believe he actually is. Right. I believe he's keeping his job
I
safe.
wondered.
So when I was there, I used to listen to Howard Hughes a bit, and I don't listen to it. On LBC, I used to really like Nick Ferrari. I can't listen to him. I listen to a bit of James O'Brien and maybe a little bit of Nick Abbott, and that's it. And I don't listen to phone-in radio because it's repeating the same arguments over and over again. Listen to Radio 4 Extra. I was at 4 Extra today. There was a posh quiz hosted by Barry Took. That was basically 20 questions.
Oh, yeah.
And I was listening to it. At the end, they didn't give the scores out. There was they were just playing 20 questions.
It was just for fun.
It was just for fun, and it was brilliant.
I'll try that.
Listen to 4 Extra. Go and listen. Podcast. Keith and the Girl. Listen, I found a lot of new Beatles podcasts. Go and listen to Office Hours. Tim Heidecker, Office Hours. Listen to a couple of them and let me know what you think of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I will do.
Watch if you got Netflix, watch Eurovision. It's hilarious. It's stupid. It's a complete waste of time.
Listen to phone-in radio. It is toxic.
Yeah, well, it's done a job on me, because, I mean, I've got to look at a man who I adore, love and respect, and has brought up 5 children against all the odds, working on a normal wage.
He's still that man. Now, it's up to
I'd
you.
like to think so.
Here's the thing. Here's something that's saved my sanity in recent years.
Yeah.
We're not responsible for other people's behaviour. We are responsible for our own reaction to it. So your behaviour is on you. You feel like you're still learning, groovy. Don't take his reticence to see things your way personally. That's the way he is. So you can either accept it or you remove yourself from the situation. And you might not have to remove yourself completely. I'm not suggesting you stop talking to your dad over it, but just stop talking to him about it. He's not going to agree.
That's good advice.
Simon, thank you very much indeed. 0203 286 6370 is the phone number. I'm just getting the levels Right, I think the levels are better than they have been. I'm just getting it right. Can we get Howard on? No, I fell out with Howard. I don't know if he knows that I fell out with him, but I fell out with Howard. I fall out with quite a lot of people. Someone has sent us. I'm using the wrong thing. Someone has sent us to our email address.
Oh, this is nice.
Have you seen it?
I like the look of it.
I'm going to drag it over here. Let me just pause this.
It had me at 1982 Sinclair Research.
Yeah, someone has sent us a little video. Let me just make this full screen. And this is from Raymond Russell. Not watched it. It just what I've seen looks good. I can put us up in the corner. Mm-hmm. Let's have a little look. Raymond Russell has just sent us this. There's a little bit of programming going on there.
Nice.
Oh!
That's part of it.
No! I can press... Oh, my mouse is on there. I was getting confused. I was getting so confused. Here we go. Oh, I like this. $1,090 people on Twitch watching the Spectrum. Hey, look at that!
I like this very much.
Look at that!
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Where is it? Hang on. VIP Ramy _ I'm guessing. Boom. It's done. Arise. Arise. I've got to be careful with that screen. Arise.
That's so good.
Well done. I love it. We'll have that. Thank you very much. Very much indeed. Katherine, why don't we talk about this guy?
Oh, now that is Zeus the dog, and we met him over the weekend. He wasn't wearing his shades. It wasn't quite so bright. And I think he'd been working nights.
He's a rescue dog.
Yeah.
Got abandoned. I think it was about a year, 18 months, something like that. And the team at Poseidon Safety Management rescued him and have now trained him up. And now he kills burglars. He doesn't.
He scares them.
He doesn't. Poseidon Safety Management are based in Cornwall and Devon. All patrols are done by local people, which will make a huge difference. And they are passionate about making a difference in the area. They, at the start of lockdown, they gave free security. They gave it free. A school got broken into, and they said, "We can sort this out if you want. We'll come and look after it." And they did it.
Didn't they also offer free patrols for local pubs in the area?
Local pubs, at the start of Corona.
They employ people from the area because so many of the sort of roads around that way and the routes are faster if you know where you're going. Because Devon and Cornwall can be a bit of a maze. If you live there, you know that there are certain things that only a local would know. So they employ people from the local community. They try and make their communities that they work within that little bit better. If you want to have a chat with them, that's another thing he said to us when we spoke to him and Zeus earlier. He was saying that if you're concerned about something security-wise, it may not be that you need them, but he's happy to have a chat with you about it.
All of these companies, you want to phone up and you want to have a free chat with them, they will be very, very happy to do it. Have a look on Facebook, facebook.com/Poseidon Safety and twitter.com/Poseidon Safe. Those are the places to go to. Gregorian, Emerson Family Law Solicitors, gelaw.co.uk. I got some testimonials. Let me read a testimonial. I just wanted to write and say massive thank you for your sage advice. Sage advice.
That's what we want.
On how to resolve conflict and improve communications, which was a great deal of help in what Richard describes as the worst case of acrimony he has seen for some time. Your advice gave me greater insight into what happens when one or both parties get caught by the dispute and helped me avoid the bear traps in the heat of the moment. With your help, Richard's legal and other advice, and my barrister's representation, I got through the children contact stage of this divorce to hopefully be a wiser, better parent to my children, a more effective co-parent dealing with and a happier, more insightful person. Thank you for helping me gain such insight, which I know is going to make a profound difference now and for the future. gelaw.co.uk. Oh, one thing we can't tell you about Zeus.
No. Don't. Bob the cat.
He's scared of cats.
Bob the cat runs things at Somers Waste Solution. Well, he doesn't really, but he likes to oversee
He does.
He likes to
Cats own
strut
it.
around like he's the boss.
Cats own it.
It's owned by a family. It's a family business. They are based in one place, obviously, but they can serve the rest of the country, no problem at all. They're hugely flexible. They go from small businesses to huge operations. Basically, anything you want to talk about, anything that you want to shift around, waste management wise, they're your people. Again, just give them a call and see if they can suit you, and they bet they can, and they bet they can save you money. They'll also get you through the kind of legal loopholes necessary when it comes to waste compliance. They can sort out things like food waste, industrial waste, toxic waste. Confidential waste, all that stuff. Have a conversation with them. They bet they can save you money and they can sort out your problems. No problem at all. 0333 577 7442. That's Somers Waste Solution. Was when I was still a secret.
Yeah, I wouldn't have played that if I'd have known. Sorry. I do apologise.
I used to work with a male presenter who used to write out his scripts. We were supposed to be presenting the show together. He used to write out his script beforehand, keep it to himself, and it would be a massive wodge of paper.
Keep it to himself?
Yeah. Massive wodge of paper like this.
What?
And it would say his name on it.
What?
I'm going to say, should I say it? Bob's World, he used to sign it.
But so he
That's not a sign he didn't really want me there. I don't know what it is.
But so hang on, how could you write a script? How could I write a script for me?
It would be monologues.
But then what would you do? The traffic and the text?
I would try to interject and then be kind of shushed and stuff. Yeah.
What? Why would you do that?
Because he's a knob.
So we didn't. Someone got it was winner takes all earlier on. Do you remember us? We were talking about that.
Oh yeah, now I remember that vaguely, but I don't think I
Winner
ever
takes all.
watched it.
Winner takes all.
See, it was still going in 1988, was it?
Winner takes all. Winner takes all. Should we have a little look? Why can't I drag that? Let's drag this. Oh, look, do this. Have you got that? Have you got that? Have you got that? Have you got that? Hey, excuse me.
Yorkshire Television.
Have you got that? Have you got that? So we're gonna watch. Let's just have a little.
Where's this from? Oh, the internet.
It's from the internet, Catherine. Have you got that?
Can I have your charger?
Of course you can. I unplugged it because it was making my computer buzz. There you
Well,
go,
let it make mine
Rover.
buzz a bit.
Winner takes all. Winner takes all. Tarby. Here we go. Tarby's teeth. It's going to be the title of my autobiography.
He's not been well, has he? Is he all right now?
Oh, imagine if this is what?
Don't, because you know
The curse. What, could, should, why? Did, how, when? This isn't the winner takes all theme, I know.
No.
Welcome to Winner Takes...
No, that's...
1976.
Try this one.
I wasn't born.
Winner Takes All with its trippy music
Where
and
is...
trippy graphics was a classic small budget.
Oh, no,
Is
guys.
this their music?
Where is... I want... Winner takes all. Winner takes all. Maybe it's this one. There's the egghead. There's definitely... Here we go. Winner takes all. Oh!
Maybe this was the music. Maybe it's Mandela Syndrome.
No. Winner takes all. Tarbuck. Right. Let's find one. I want a Jimmy Tarbuck one from like the... This is it.
You reckon?
What is this?
The olden days.
This is not it. Guys, can someone help me here? Winner takes all. Winner takes all.
Is that one? That's the logo I remember.
Winner takes all.
Try that.
Edna Truella, Bob Lloyd, Jane Morton, Steve Morehouse are the contestants appearing on tonight's And here's your
Probably,
host,
actually.
Jimmy Tarbuck.
Text her.
What time is it?
Tweeter.
Well, I'm not tweeting at the moment.
Oh, are you observing?
Mhm.
Because let's have this conversation. Let's have this conversation, then we'll get back to winner takes
I
all.
would text her. I think I've got a number somewhere, but
No, don't text her. So there's a 48-hour blackout
Yeah.
of probably not the best phrase to use.
A walkout.
A walkout from Twitter because of its seemingly the fact that it hasn't acted, or it certainly didn't act. I don't know what the situation
Yeah,
is now.
he's been taken off now. But I think he's been given a week ban suspension.
Right, well, there you go. The fact that Twitter's actions are wholly inept and useless in horrendous anti-Semitism, specifically by Wiley, who I'd never heard of, a rapper, not Joe Wiley, a rapper, but also by lots of other people. Twitter did nothing. So 48-hour not using of Twitter. I forgot about it, and then I sent a tweet at about 10 o'clock when I woke up, and then I remembered, no. So I deleted that. But then I wasn't sure, and I must admit, I have been tweeting this. Although I'm saying that as though I've done a bad thing, I haven't done a bad thing. I certainly considered. I saw some people I really respect not tweeting, or saying that they weren't going to tweet, and I saw some people that I really respect that were tweeting. And I must admit, I went for the easy option and tweeted. But you've decided not to.
Yeah, I'm not going to. It makes no difference to me, and it could make the difference to the collective. So I'm willing to put it on hold.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
I also think that something needs to be done. I don't know whether this is the way to do it, but it's something I can. It's something I can do. Because there's some awful stuff on there. Awful.
It's a terrible. Yes.
And for someone to be able to yap on for like a whole day,
it was
relentless.
Oh, it was horrendous. It was horrendous. I have tweeted. I will carry on tweeting. I'm also prepared to accept that I might have backed the wrong horse by doing that.
I think it's personal choice. I don't think it's about. I don't think it's about that. It's about.
Oh no! I certainly no one has shamed me for tweeting, and I
they wouldn't because they're not on.
Well, exactly, but they're fuming at home. Whoa, Bobby! Thank you for those subs you've gifted.
Incredible, thank you.
Bobby Heenan's tiny hat. I mean, namaste. Thank you. That is very, very generous. Thank you. Yeah, I might be, I'm certainly prepared to look back at it and go, oh, maybe I was totally wrong.
I was confused by the BLM blackout thing because at one point we were told not to go on there and to put a black square. Then loads of other people to whom it made, people from BAME community were sort of saying this doesn't help. We're just giving way to people. I could see that. I just didn't say anything. But in this case. I'm with them, and I think that if it's just as I said, it makes no difference to me, and it could make a big difference.
I totally support what they're
Absolutely.
doing. I probably shouldn't have to say that, but I'm saying it. Of course, I totally support what they're doing. Just unplug it. It is that. It's the magnet. How much use you got?
I've got enough. I haven't got enough. It doesn't matter. If it goes off, it goes off.
If it goes off, it goes off. I'll tell you what you can do. Do you need it? Right.
Not necessarily.
Unplug it in. This is obviously a problem having it this close. There's
the plug.
Yeah, that blue one over to your left where we had the backlight. Plug it in there.
All right.
That might even stretch over, and that probably still make the buzz, won't it? But let's just see. Yeah. I'm also. Agreed action should have been taken against Wiley, but why wasn't this done against Hopkins or Trump or Robinson over the last few years? I don't buy that argument. Just because it didn't happen to someone else doesn't mean it shouldn't happen to someone else. I mean, Hopkins was eventually booted off, but...
I think they've been going on for a whole day.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm also aware on a really selfish level that I'm trying to launch a new show.
Yeah. And I did bear that in mind because I thought, well, we've got really great guests coming on. I could do with trumpeting that, but once I started, I didn't want to break it. And also, what's more important?
Well, that's more important. I don't know. I've decided not to.
Mm-hmm.
I've decided not to. But we can still be friends, right? Of
course we can.
And that's the beauty of that's what used
I'm
to
not
happen.
doing it because I'm expecting everyone else to do it.
No, exactly. You've made your decision, and I respect that. And that's how it used to be.
And
in
I
the old
also
days.
realise it's not going to solve it, but it's something.
Have we gone out of focus? No, we haven't. Right. So we're watching Winner Takes All.
Yes.
And this is there is why this show is so good. We've gone talking about the 48-hour blackout on Twitter because of anti-Semitism to talking about Winner Takes All.
Can I just take it back to the anti-Semitism just for a second?
Yeah, of course you can.
I remember when I was at university, I used to hang out with a gang of Jewish kids, and we would talk about stuff occasionally, you know, when things got boozy. Normally was when things would get kind of heavy, and we would talk about how there was a fear, especially amongst the older generation of Jewish people. You know, we're talking about people whose grandparents were in the concentration camps, who lost actual family members that they could recognise from a photograph. You know, it's not like something that happened years and years and years ago. It was still part of their family history, and there was still the fear, they said, that it could come back again, and they could never quite relax about it. And you know, and the younger family members would say, yeah, this is the way they are, and I wouldn't rule it out. And I remember thinking back then, oh, come on, we've moved on so much. We ain't. Look at some of the messages.
Well, I think we kind of moved on, and then we've kind of come. We didn't move on as far as we thought we had, and we've curved back really quickly.
Some people have slipped into it so easily.
Really quickly.
Anyway, winner takes all.
Yeah, winner takes all. So let's have. Oh,
she knows.
Means you're going to get surprised.
Ooh.
So winner takes all. All right. So let's have a look at
Budget production from Yorkshire Television. It's 19.
Well, will you make?
Here we go. Are we going to see the whole show?
Oh, look at that hair.
Of quiz show etiquette.
It's like mine.
Oh, hang on a minute. We're gonna. I want to see the whole show. I don't want to see some poxy. And bear with us, guys. Just bear with us. Crying out loud. What's your
Going
problem?
back in time.
So, and here is your host, Jimmy Tarver.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to your favourite quiz, or so they tell me, Winner Takes All.
What was the computer called? Oh, you can't see it. Sorry, look. What was the computer called? Mr. Babbage.
Oh, was it?
Well, ask Mr. Babbage.
Where the contestants, as you know, have a wonderful knowledge of general knowledge and have now got to have a knowledge of gambling. Let's meet them tonight. Mrs.
Whoa. They've got a what?
I think he ad-libbed that.
Thank you.
Look at those
Does
chairs.
Does that, up the side there, the signs on the wall with the numbers?
That's the computer.
Does it not remind you? Oh, is that the computer?
Yeah.
I was going to say it reminds me of church.
Yeah, okay. Look at the chairs they're sat on. They're like they're from church.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm most amazed by is the colour of Tarby's hair.
Good evening, and welcome to your favourite quiz, or so they tell me, Winner Takes.
Now it says knowledge here several times, and I don't think the context is right in any of those times.
Where the contestants, as you know, have a wonderful knowledge of general knowledge and have now got to have a knowledge of gambling. Let's meet them tonight. Mrs. Wendy Smith and Mr. Philip Gray.
Now, what's she thinking there with
Hi.
those shoes?
She looks
Now,
like,
Wendy, if I may call you Wendy. Please. Thank you.
She looks like an actress.
She looks like a lot of people from that time. I bet she's about 25.
She looks like there was a character. There was a character in a sitcom, a very prim and proper woman who looked like that. I want to say, please, sir. No, not Deirdre Barlow. Please, sir. Kind of mind your language, kind of thing. What was it? Not Olive from On the Buses, Naughty People. Why was John Gaunt slagging me off earlier today? He's jealous. Poor old
You must
John
have
Gaunt.
sorted everything else out.
Poor old John Gaunt.
Anyway, I don't know who you mean.
I can see her. She's got kind of bigger hair. Who is it? Oh, God. Not Sue Pollard, not Glenda Jackson. No, from a proper old... Someone's asking that vegan chocolate cake. I tweeted a picture. Go on.
Oh, it was incredible. You wouldn't know.
It was incredible. The head from Mind Your Language. Hang on a second. Hang on. Mind your language.
Head.
Images. There she is. There she is. There. There she is. Oh, no. Hang on a minute. No, I don't want to donate to a charity. Oh, hang on a minute. How do I... Right, hang on. Save image as...
Oh, flipping it.
Mind your language. Head. This is what it's like being me, right? This is what I struggle with the whole time. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add a picture. Viewers are going up, guys. Viewers are loving it.
Because they're all being held in suspense.
And we're going to add...
Most of the people watching this will not have known what Mind Your Language was.
Good. It's actually quite a good show. I watched some recently. It's not racist. It's not racist. Browse. TLNA it should have saved in. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Done.
This is going to be worth it, guys.
There. Well, you can see it.
Yeah.
This lady here. Let's really want to zoom in on this lady.
Except here's my guess. That Wendy on Winner Takes All is probably about the same age as me.
Yeah, quite possibly. Hang on a minute. Quite possibly. Here we go. Look, let's... Look. Oh, come on. I can't make it any bigger. There we go. That lady. You can see that lady, all right? Okay. Anyway, so that's enough of that.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Oh, where's Winner Takes All gone? Have we got to start again?
Oh, you're at some of your other screens.
Well, it was on... Yeah, I know it was on that screen. The Simon Amstel's in Mind Your Language. Hang on a minute. Catherine, you do something.
I can't. My computer's over there.
But you know, I was...
Use your skills.
I'll use my skills. All right. So...
That's right, I've done it now.
From Winterbourne near Newbury in Berkshire, a lovely county, you're addicted to science fiction.
Well, first of all, we all thought he was going to say addicted to sex, but it's a lovely county.
I think he would have said that about anywhere.
Now, Wendy, if I may call you Wendy. Please. Thank you.
Catherine, may I call you Catherine?
No, call me Your Majesty.
Apologies. Try again. Catherine, may I call you Catherine?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me use your name.
Catherine.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
From Winterbourne near Newbury in Berkshire, a lovely county, you're addicted to science fiction.
Well, you've got to say addicted. I mean, you can't say you just read it, can you?
No, that's true. Could you help us? Because there's all up here at Yorkshire TV.
What is going on here?
I think she's nervous.
She is nervous. She probably is younger than you. She's probably about 38, 36.
Now, Wendy, if I may call you Wendy. Please. Thank you. From Winterbourne near Newbury in Berkshire, a lovely county, you're addicted to...
She does sound like Judi Dench.
She does.
Science fiction.
Well, you've got to say addicted. I mean, you can't say you just read it, can you?
No, that's true. Could you help us? Because there's all up here at Yorkshire TV, there's been a question we're puzzling, you know, and we wonder if you could give us the answer, being an expert on science fiction. Is the life on Geoffrey Wheeler?
Who's Geoffrey Wheeler?
Geoffrey Wheeler, don't make me Google him. Geoffrey Wheeler, I think... Geoffrey Wheeler might have been the voice of Winner Takes All.
Okay, so it's an in-joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not an in-joke. It's not like a secret.
It's a 1976 joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were a settler in post-war Kenya? Oh,
yes,
good.
It was super there, but
Well,
you can't stay there forever.
I'm sure not. Welcome home. Now, Philip, I'll speak to you from Prescott in...
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say your name and then I will be addressing you, Catherine. From now. Go.
Merseyside. You all right then? I see you. All right there, lad. And I'll see thee. Now then, you've...
Look at this. Hang on a minute.
You've got to...
Hang on a minute.
What are we doing?
What do you mean?
What am I looking at? You've obviously been excited by something. Show me.
I'm looking at his hands.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. That hand looks fake. That looks like a fake hand, doesn't it?
What do you think he's going to do? The spoon trick?
Good.
Degree in French and you work for a fiberglass works?
That's correct,
I
yes.
see. Do you make French windows? Oh! Is that the one? And you're rather keen on bridge?
I have played the occasional hand, yes.
Yes,
the hand.
I love the hand. I like this guy. I like this guy.
Do you like him more than Wendy? I like Wendy.
Yeah.
I like that one. You know, is it Mr. Bun the baker and Mrs. Bun and...
He's a character. Look at him go into that pub.
And you're rather keen on bridge.
I have played the occasional hand, yes.
Yes, I like that. I like that one. You know, is it Mr. Bun the baker and Mrs. Bun?
Isn't he? I think he's being arch. Next time you do a joke, I'm gonna.
And Bobby the policeman, they're my games. Anyway, it's nice to have you on the show.
Bobby the
You've got
policeman.
£50 each. The first round is just for fun to see who goes forward to tonight's final. Would you like to take your seats and the best of luck? Play well. And behind there, of course.
Tiny card. Look at his tiny cards.
I would say they need to be a bit bigger with some more
They
words
are
on.
very small cards. Someone's suggesting that the team might have a brass hand. That's possible.
Oh, right.
My
like
dear
in Game
pal
of
Geoffrey
Thrones.
Wheeler, who devised the show, and he's got the first question.
Geoffrey Wheeler.
Thank you, Jim. Here it is.
Do you not recognise this voice? This was the voice of the 70s.
The show, and he's got the first question.
Thank you, Jim. Here it is. Which of the following starred in the film Never on Sunday? Tuesday Weld, Sheffield Wednesday, Melina Mercuri, Sweet Thursday, Man Friday, or Mary Whitehouse?
Of whom it was once said. Now then, Wendy, £50 you have, my dear. How much of that would you like to gamble?
50, please.
50?
And 50 again.
50 for you as well,
Nice.
Philip. The best of luck. Will you make your bets now on the 6 buttons at the side? And they've gone for that beautiful Greek actress and wonderful actress, Melina Mercuri.
And, of course, they're right to do so.
Well done.
I don't understand why they chose that particular joke to go on, like the names of the days, and then
Well, because Tuesday Weld.
yeah,
That's an actress.
yeah, Man Friday.
Well,
But then,
the first
but
one
the
is
correct
just
answer is not a day name.
the first one is just to ease them in
Oy.
to it.
Okay.
The first one. Let's have a look at. Let's have a look at one more. All right. We're not going to do this.
And
Isn't
the
the whole
second
show.
question,
don't worry.
please.
Where is George Ferris's name best remembered? Is it in a kitchen, a hospital, a fairground, a greenhouse, a coal mine, or a printing press?
Right. So now this is getting a little bit serious. Right. Now it's getting a little bit serious. George Ferris. Ferris wheel is what we're going for.
Yeah.
£200 you have, Wendy. How much of that would you like to gamble? Up to 50.
50, please.
50, which will leave you with 150, and the same to you, Philip.
And 50 again.
Which will leave you with 150. Will you please make your bets now?
I used to love watching this with my mum.
They both have the 3-to-1 shot, fairground.
Well, they both probably had a ride on a Ferris wheel, and they're right.
Well done, my friends. The third question,
My friend. That's the curse I've picked up saying my friends.
Geoffrey, please.
This is the music question, Jim, where they like to listen carefully and tell us, if they can, what is the name of this waltz. Here's the music.
Oh, look at
Now you should know this, Wendy, because you're on the posh side.
look at that. It's giving her a migraine.
Yeah.
This is making her feel nauseous. He hasn't got a clue.
Tarby.
I love that gap.
It's so lovely.
I love Tarby. I think he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's a long old... Here we go. Wendy's not got a clue.
No, she's resigned to
Well,
it.
what
isn't
is the name of that waltz? Is it The Emperor?
Nope.
Voices of Spring?
Nope.
Morning Papers?
Nope.
The Blue Danube?
Nope.
Roses from the South? Or Snowdrops from the
she? Oh,
North?
blimey.
Right. Well, it's very neck and neck here. Wendy,
Roses
we'll stay
from
with
the
you.
South.
£350 you have.
Roses for 50. Roses from the South.
You reckon? I haven't got a clue.
I'll go 50.
Which will leave you with 300. Philip, you've 350 as well.
10. You should bet 10.
50 again.
Which will leave you with 300. Will you please make your bets now?
Here we go.
We have the Emperor Waltz Evens and 3-1 Morning Papers.
Oh dear, they're either side of it. It was Voices of Spring.
Oh. I always thought that was the Skaters Waltz. Maybe I'm mistaken. I used to hear it in the ice rinks. Can we have the fourth question, please?
Yes. What?
Right. I want to just get to the end now. I want to see. Oh, look. This is the prize. Well, hang on, who's this fella?
Finalist. Can we have the third question, please?
This is.
Whoa.
Who's A. Prescott? What is this? Is this a trades union meeting? Do we get to meet Prescott? I want to.
Yeah, look, she's gone. Oh no, that's someone else.
They have two.
Right.
Oh, okay. Let's meet these people, and then they're the final. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. This is.
Well
we're
done
nearly
with
done,
the
guys.
U
Don't
question.
worry.
We'll see you in tonight's final. Can we have our next two contestants, please?
Here we go. Look at him. Now look at his hand. He has got a fake hand.
He has, and that lady is wearing my grandmother's uniform. Basically, that's what she would wear all the time.
Look at this fella. Suit's too big. This is. Oh, I love it. Look. He's got a fake arm.
Except my gran would have had a tissue at one of her sleeves.
Yeah. Oh man. The tissue up the sleeve. My mum used to do that.
But just in case.
But give me a snot on it.
They'd always be like soup. They'd been scrunched up so much they were really soft.
Ian, thank you for the sub. Rhinestone, thank you for the sub. Darwin Evolve, thank you for the sub. Pappamore, thank you for the bits.
And Mr. Albert Prescott.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Wasn't that exciting?
Beautiful.
I thought we were going to be here for a week or so. Well, I know you're from Cottingham, North Humberside, and you've worked many, many years in the educational field.
In the sex industry.
Shall I tell you I got lots of my education in fields, my dear? Yes. And you organise...
Yes, Jimmy, yes, we know you're...
She tolerated that one,
well,
didn't she?
OK, let's get on with this, please, Mr. Tarbuck.
She wants to gamble.
If you don't mind.
social activities of the hunt.
That's right.
Is that the yoicks, tally-ho and all
It
that?
is, but can we not bother with those? I want to do a bit of advertising while I'm here.
Oh, here she goes.
See, I'm a widow. I live on my own.
Yes.
And I want to advertise for 3 mere lodgers.
Well, she doesn't mind, does she?
Flippin'
Edna.
Do we... Yeah, I suspect both of these contestants are no longer with us. I would imagine.
One to do with the garden.
Yes.
One to do with the decorating, and one to take me out while the other two are busy.
Well, let's see. I always put my friends in. There's Bruce Forsyth, Kenny Lynch and me. We'll all be round. Take your pick. Now, Albert, you come from Wellingborough, Northants.
Yes.
But you're Lancashire born.
Ah.
And I understand you used to play the piano, sir.
I did, yes, but I can't get it into my mouth now, you know. We're only having one arm, you know.
Tom!
Mate!
What? What? What are the chances? What? I'm sorry for shouting. What are the chances of that? I have never seen this before.
Is it your SAS training? You're trained to watch for an awkward hold of the arm.
But I said the
'Cause it's
first
a
guy...
weapon.
We were saying the first guy had a fake hand.
We knew something was happening.
I knew he didn't have an arm when he came out, but what are the chances? That is insane. That is insane. Oh, sorry. Let's try do it again. Go on, because I want to see. The boys and girls want to see that. Okay, maybe not.
No. That was a Bob move.
See, well, it's nice to have you both on the show. You know the idea.
No, I'll just say this. If you want somebody to take it out while she gets the other two working, I'll do it. I'm a widower.
Oh.
My wife's dead. My wife died. My wife's dead. That's a strange thing to do, isn't it?
Well, you've got to get your chances.
And I understand you used to play the piano, sir.
I did, yes, but I can't get it into my mouth now, you know. We're only having one arm, you know.
I see. Well, it's nice to
Yeah.
Don't get it.
have you both on the show. You know the idea.
No, I'll just say this. If you want somebody to take it out while she gets the other two working, I'll do it. I'm a widower.
Well done. Your wife died. Your wife died.
See. What a
But he
wonderful
can still
show
be
this is.
jolly, bless him.
Yeah, put me in there, would you? Anyway, would you like to
Right.
take your seats? The best
Come on
of
now.
luck to both
I want
of
to
you.
see what the
And
prize.
the
I thought
loneliest
prize
out of them
holiday.
all.
It looks
This
like
is
it might
one
be-
to watch quite closely. It's a film question.
Oh.
So have a look at this film, which is of a modern city, but which has within it some very ancient ruins.
Oh.
And what we want to know is which city is it that stands on
Athens.
the site of Tenochtitlan and Tlatelolco? Is it
Mexico
Mexico
City, is it?
City?
Mhm.
Is it Bogota? Is it Lima? Is it La Paz?
Oh.
Is it Maracaibo? Or is it the city of New York?
That's a lot of options.
Well, Philip, you're £610. You're just in the lead by £100. How much would you like to gamble this time?
40, please.
£40. Albert, you
We'll stop this in a minute,
£510.
promise. Is that what
How
he's
much
gonna
would you like
take
to
home?
gamble,
Like
please?
that's
40
600
as well.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, will you please make your bets now?
I reckon Mexico.
They've both
I'll
gone for
probably
the
be
even
wrong.
money shot, Mexico.
And they're both right.
You just use the term money shot on Yorkshire television.
I want to see
A Forester.
Well played.
Well done. How many second thoughts?
We've had lots of great characters on the show, Albert, but you're right up there with the best of them.
Well, they are. What can you do when you boost let water?
That's true.
Grow web feet.
When you booze like that.
We've had lots of great characters on the show, Albert, but you're right up there with the best of them.
Well, they are. What can you do when you boost let water?
That's true.
Grow web feet.
I hope you've enjoyed being with us.
Very much indeed, yes.
I must say, it's been smashing meeting you, mate. Thanks for playing the game. And Phil, what could I say, but ever so well played. Our champion, Philip Gray.
Yeah, very well.
Stay there, Mr. Prescott. Stay there.
Very impressed.
Rewind it. I love it. It was the.
Boost let water.
That's true.
Grow web feet.
I hope you've enjoyed being with us.
Very much indeed, yes.
I must say, it's been smashing meeting you, mate. Thanks for playing the game. And Phil, what could I say, but ever so well played. Our champion, Philip Gray.
Yeah, very well.
Well done. Very impressed. I thought the last question was, it's...
Well, all me, I thought of elm, so Forester.
Oh,
But, only a
quick brain.
Only a guess.
I thought you might have said it backwards and it might have been a little Arabic touch, you know.
Of course, yes.
Well, you've won £890. I don't know if you know the rules of the game, but that's yours to take away if you want to. But you can have the chance of coming back and playing it up to 1,000, which I've not to give you any help or persuasion. I mustn't do that. But knowing that if you did come back and lose, you'd forfeit the £890 and just get a £100 consolation prize. But you've 10 seconds to make your mind up.
Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself this evening, and obviously there's no question about it. We'll take the £890.
Oh.
I'd take the money and run.
Nice man.
Well played. Super game. See you all next week with Winner Takes All. Bad luck, Albert.
No,
Very well played.
£190 is a lot of money.
A lot of money. There we go. I enjoyed that.
The olden days.
Have we had have I done an ad break in this hour? I keep meaning to write this down. I'm going to get in
I think
trouble.
we've done two.
Not in this. No, not in this.
What hour is it? I don't know what time it is.
It's 10 past 11.
Blimey.
no.
Right, let's do another one then.
Okay. No, I mean I'm talking about the ad breaks that I've got to fire off. No, yep, loads. That's all. I've got to find a better way of keeping a tally. Brian, thank you for the sub. You've had one this hour. Okay, we've had two close together, so I've got to do one more. 0203 286 6370 is.
Thanks to Brian Lang for the subscription.
I literally just said it.
Oh, but I'm also grateful.
I know you are. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. There's been lots of ads tonight. No, there hasn't. We have to do 6 minutes of ads every hour. And that's all you have had. Or you can Skype from anywhere in the world. TLNA. Let's see if we've got some emails. So Michael received a signed poster, and we got a picture from Lisa of her cats.
I'm loving the late night alternative. It's perfect.
Oh,
Flipping it, that's terrifying. No. This is not what we want. Look at this.
I'm loving the late night alternative. It's perfect.
Flipping it, That's proper spooky, isn't it? We have merch. You can see behind us. If you go to tlna.co.uk, you can get these T-shirts. You can get these T-shirts, hat, and bag. That's what you got. That's what you got. I still feel like I'm building up to. I feel like I'm building up speed a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Still not quite into the groove of doing this as a show. And also, Weldon, thank you for this up. Do click follow, by the way. Please click follow and set on your alerts. But also, we're going to be here at 9 o'clock every weekday. So don't wait for the alert. Come and join the channel at 9 o'clock or just before 9 o'clock. We're going to start. We bang on 9 o'clock as though it were a radio or a TV program. Okay, so don't wait for the alert. Just come and come and join us.
Just know that we'll be here. But we'll try and sort out the 15-minute warning thing in future, right?
Yeah. We'll yeah, sure. Why not? And if you don't want the ads, subscribe. If you subscribe, you won't get the ads. So, you know, it's part of the deal of us being here is we got to play 6 minutes of ads. I'm very, very cool with that. But yeah, I still kind of feel that there's a fly. They've got loads of flies in this house. And loads of flying ants at the moment. My God. Loads of flying ants. I just kind of feel I'm getting up to speed.
It's all groovy.
A little bit, you know. It's my dishwasher.
That's done.
I feel like I'm getting up to speed. I'm not quite sure where to go now. I tell you what.
Shall I tell you who I had conversations with about coming on the show, who was going to be on? So on Thursday...
Can I just see what this... Sorry.
Yep.
Can I just see what this candle looks like here?
Oh, it looks like a shrine.
There we go. That looks all right. That looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks good.
Can I show you this picture that made me cry today?
Oh.
A picture of my velvet. Excuse me. I found a picture of my little girl velvet. Look. Oh, it made me cry. There you go. There she is. My little Betty.
Bless her. She was so old. How old was she there?
Well, that was probably not long before she passed. I mean, look how thin she is. So, nearly 21 when she died. I had her for 19 years. My little girl. And I found that. And she died before Christmas, I think, didn't she? And I found that, and I had a little cry. Something through doing this 2 days of counselling is because we kind of talked about ourselves a bit. So there was certainly, it's only me, another student, and the teacher. But there is, by the very nature of it, there is a certain amount of talking about some of your own stuff that kind of comes up. But more than that, it was the realisation that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do, and that perhaps I've been doing the wrong thing for the last 20 years. Of course, I haven't been doing the wrong thing for the last 20 years. This has given me life experience. I've met you, and you know, and if I hadn't been doing for the last 20 years, I wouldn't have my kids, you know, because I wouldn't have met my ex-wife. And there's all of so, it felt like this is it.
It made sense.
This is what I want to do in chapter 2. This is it. It made sense, and yeah. So I've been a little bit teary,
and reflective, obviously, because of all the stuff that you've had to chat about. That's nice.
It's nice, actually, and I'll keep that. I keep this, and you have the bag.
Oh, I'd love the bag.
Okay, fine. You got the bag.
That made me feel like a 1970s air hostess.
Yeah.
Which is always
this makes me feel like
great.
a 1970s trucker in America on my rig.
How would you pull that horn? Correct. You pass.
You want to see the look? You want to see the cassette? Oh, my darling girl. Oh, this is the cassette shirt.
Mm-hmm.
This is good. This is good. Scott Balcony.
He is so good, isn't
My
he?
idea to put our names on it, handwritten though.
That's my writing.
Yeah, my idea though.
It is.
My
Good shout,
idea. tlna.co.uk is the thing. Go on. Sorry, what were you saying? You were talking about potential
I was going
guests.
to talk about guests, not potential people that I've confirmed.
By the way, call in. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. That's really rude. I'm just trying to establish the rules in my head
It's
as
all
much as
groovy.
anything else. While we're talking, Call in. And if I see you, I'll kind of put you on, and you can then just join into the conversation.
Absolutely.
You know, don't wait for us to say hello.
So on Thursday this week at 9:30, we've got Rufus Hound, who I had the good fortune of working with.
Yep.
At Talk Radio a couple of times. Lovely, just lovely, and yeah, he's just a good bloke, and super talented. And also, I had a really long chat today with Gail Porter.
Love Gail Porter.
Gail Porter has been, first of all, she was stuck inside for 4 weeks, so she's like dying for a gab. She cannot wait.
Dying for a gab. That means a chat. For anyone who doesn't know, that means a chat.
Also, like loads of stuff has happened to her, despite the fact that she's not been anywhere. She's just lovely, and we had a good old chat about all kinds of things. She wanted to find out what going on with us at Talk Radio. She was talking about the stuff that's been happening to her, and she's been asked. I'll let her tell you next week. So she's going to come on at Wednesday, 9:30. But tomorrow we've got someone, haven't we?
Tomorrow we've got Stephen Page coming on. Going to play some songs. Going to play some songs from his basement. Go back in focus, please. Why have we gone out of focus? There we go. Was in Bare Naked Ladies, and is now has released a handful of just brilliant albums in his voice, and I just think he's so wonderful. And he's been doing a series of concerts for the last 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Saturday night concerts from his basement. Again, another inspiration for doing the Rabbit Hole on Zoom and then kind of moving it over to this. And I just love it. Love it.
He's so good. You remember the sort of early days of lockdown when you couldn't remember what day it was? Stephen Page was something we started doing just to like mark the weekends. Cause
I've been to every single one.
I've been to pretty much every single one since you switched me on to them.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I think you missed the first one, didn't you? Yeah.
So good. And everyone it's always different.
They've got longer. They're like 2 hours
He's really enjoying himself. Obviously, he's not going
hours.
out. And the crowd there is really lovely, and there's a nice little sing-along at the end. What more could you want? He did some cover versions this weekend, and it was just blissful.
Oh, him singing Cruel to Be Kind?
Oh, and he did the Divine Comedy Tonight with Fly. That made me cry.
He did.
Such a beautiful song.
So he is coming on tomorrow at 9:30, and he's going to sing some song for us. And he said, do you want to tell me what you want to sing, or do you want to surprise me? I said, we'll let you know. We'll keep...
Also very charming is the fact that sometimes he fluffs it and doesn't try to hide it, just carries on, doesn't he?
It's funny. I love it. Hello, caller. Oh, no. You
Goodbye.
Goodbye. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call or Skype from anywhere in the world. TLNA. Get him to sing one of your songs. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That is not a bad idea. Go on.
I've just seen in the chat that someone's suggesting Jack Monroe. That's something we would love to do. I know she's taking a break from Twitter for a while, so we'll see. We'll see when she's up for it. Hello, Craig.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Catherine?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm still all right.
Sorry to test that.
What brings you here tonight?
Got bored, so I thought I'd ring you up.
Oh, appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay.
There we go. What was that?
Sometimes you just have to put your head round the door. That's all he did.
Still don't know what this show is. Still don't know, and won't know for a while. You know, well, if you're expecting this to be a fully formed thing, someone was upset that it was not as similar to the late night alternative, the radio show as they would have liked it to be. But it's not the radio show. It's got the same people. It's got two of the same people. There are of course other people that made up the show, namely Sam and Amy. But that's it's got the two main voices from that show. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Really.
If it's the fact that we don't have a lot of the old regulars on, I don't think that's necessarily a terrible thing. Not that we don't appreciate them, but, you know, we make room for... There are new phases to every show, aren't there? And new voices that come along. So, let it be what it's going to be.
Hey, Andrew.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
Very well, thank you. What have you got for us?
So, I just wanted to pick your brain. I know the snail or slug lady was on the other night.
Yes.
And
a house full of possible slugs and snails.
Yes, I've been visited by creatures of the night over the last few months here, and I wanted to get your take on what's going on in my life.
Yes, sir.
So, first of all, probably about 2 months ago, I had a great horned owl that was following me. This is like a huge American owl that was following me over a couple of days. It would follow me as I walked my dog, and then it would swoop in next to my house, and then this would happen for probably 3 or 4 days, like it was almost following me. So I thought that was very odd for a start. And then I came back from walking the dogs one evening, and there was literally an urban fox right on my doorstep that ran off down to the creek here. And then probably a week later, I had an infestation of moths that wouldn't go. It was like round a tree in my garden, and they're absolutely everywhere, you know, flying around. I mean, I tried to, you know, I had the pest control people come in, and they just wouldn't go. They just moved to another spot in the garden. And I'm just wondering what's going on. I've had a very interesting year. I'm going for a separation, about to get divorced. And I started seeing a lady probably about 3 months ago, and 2 of her ex-boyfriends started stalking me and her, and were accused of like felony stalking. They broke into her parking garage and put chemicals in her gas tank, and then spray painted her car. They called up my ex-wife and were like saying slanderous things about me. So a lot of things have been happening. And then I had these creatures of the night, as I said, you know, over the course of a few weeks. So I don't know if it means anything. I know that owls following you can sometimes, you know, mean something pretty dark. But I'm just wondering if anybody out there has any insights into these visitations.
You think they're an omen?
I possibly think so. I don't know. I mean, it's been a very crazy year for everybody, and I went, you know, going through the separation and divorce, and then COVID hit, so I was on my own, and you know, my kids moved away and everything else, and then these things started happening as well, and then I started dating somebody, and a lot of these other issues occurred as well. So it's been an interesting time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's first world problems and all compared to what other people are going through. But yeah, I mean, it's some interesting stuff. I'm wondering if you have any insights into that.
Well, go on, you start.
I think it's I think what's happening with the ex-boyfriends is horrendous. I think the animals and the creatures is
nature
is an interesting coincidence, and we are humans, and we try and look for patterns and connections and explanations, and sometimes there ain't. And personally, I've never heard of owls being a bad omen. I've only ever got joy on the few times I've seen owls out and about.
Now, ravens. If it was ravens,
different
ball game.
Completely different ball game. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen any ravens, luckily. I hope I won't. But that's what they said about the Tower of London. If the ravens left the Tower of London, the Tower of London would fall, or something. That was in the folklore anyway, something along those lines. So
exactly.
I don't know. It's an interesting year.
When my dad died, it might have been who was it? It might have been a counsellor I was seeing. Someone said to me, "Oh, you look out! You'll start seeing white feathers. You'll start seeing white feathers."
Not a counsellor.
I think it might have been. I bet you start seeing white feathers, and that could be a signal from your dad, right? Didn't see any white. I was really looking for white feathers, and I didn't see any white feathers. I can't remember who said it to me.
There's white feathers all over my rug, and it's a sign that the kids have been bashing each other over the head with the cushions again, and they're expensive cushions.
But apparently white feathers are a thing.
Angel visitation.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
Nah.
But I didn't see, and I was really looking.
I don't really believe in omens and stuff, but I understand why, you know, some people can find it comforting, and there's nothing wrong with that, is there? But I don't think the owls are after you. I don't think so.
No, probably not. I probably listened to Howard Hughes too much, as you were talking about earlier on. I know he had some interesting people there on his show, but really love the show. It's fantastic, and thanks for coming over to Twitch. It's a relief in the middle of the American afternoon to listen to you guys.
Thank you, mate. Nice to talk to you. Thank you, Andrew. 0203 286 6370. I was just Googling. Did you see what I was Googling? Because someone said that the thing I was Googling had said something.
Well, potentially. Or potentially someone's stirring. Someone's stirring.
Don't stir the pot, for crying out loud. I cooked chili non carne tonight.
Oh my God, it was
Wasn't it
so
lovely?
good. It was so good.
Weren't it lovely? And I was going to go back for seconds, and I didn't. And a little while later, I was full. I'm learning how to eat, Tony.
Ian, can we squash the beef, please?
Can we what? Squash the beef?
Yes.
Well, can you speak into the phone properly, please?
Can we squash the beef, please?
We're not aware of your beef.
Who are you?
I'm a Scouser,
Right. I love Liverpool, yeah.
and every time I ring up, you button me.
Oh, yeah, because you were rude about my kids or rude about me or something, yeah.
I know, and I'm apologising.
No, you were really rude about my kids.
I am sorry that we were rude about your kids.
No. Thank you for apologising, but no. You
Oh,
don't
you're
get...
just a twat, then.
There we
There
go.
it is.
You see? No, you don't get the chance to... I can't remember what they said, but it was something incredibly awful about my kids. Awful. And yeah, you can apologise. Great, fantastic.
Also, don't try and make this into beef between us and Liverpool. It's us and like 3 little boys from Liverpool.
Yeah, this might be boy number 2. Hello, Mark.
Hey.
Yes?
Hey. Is this not the alphabet game? Am I
B?
late? C. Calf.
Oh, you ruined it. A name is not an alphabet letter.
No. I really let you down.
We can go again if you want.
Don't bother.
Hey. No.
Go on.
C.
D.
E.
You can't do that because now we're just going round in a circle.
Ah, it's not the same.
Is it?
A.
B.
C.
D.
E.
F.
G.
C.
You're an idiot. Wasting my flipping time. You absolute melt. Wasting my time.
It was going so well. Itchy nose.
Someone says, what's the toilet situation? Is it an astronaut? How does the toilet breaks work? Is it an astronaut situation? We haven't needed the toilet.
We've not been glugging cups of tea. I think that's mainly the thing.
Yeah, it makes a real difference.
I think the fact that before we knew that there was that kind of oasis, a 5-minute oasis at the start of each hour where they would read the news and we could go off for a wee quite comfortably.
Oh.
Meant that we gulped tea like it was water. Well, it is water, isn't it? But a few other ingredients.
Found a game.
What you got? What's this?
Found a game.
Oh, She-Ra.
Right. How are we going to do this?
How are we going to do this without looking in the mirror? Or looking in the screen?
Hang on, what's that? Oh, that's the thing. Right, okay.
Oh, so itchy. Why is my nose so itchy? It's hay fever.
Oh, I can see what I am.
Well, don't look then. Why don't I put it in your...
Okay. Put it in mine.
Right. Don't look in the thing, though.
I have to look here.
No, you're seeing it.
Am I a fly? You try it. Hang on, let me try it on you.
I won't look.
But they need to know what you are.
Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how we do it.
Close my eyes and do it.
No. Right, hang on a minute. There we go. Right, take that because you saw it.
I didn't see. I didn't look.
All right, so, right, so I'm going to put one on you.
Yeah.
Then you're going to take one and put it on me.
Oh, you've already seen yours.
No, I haven't seen it. Take one. I've
You've
seen
already got
that
one?
one. We'll take that one out. I was a fly.
All right.
Okay, so they can see us. Oh, okay. Thank you, Alex. No. I'm not interested, but thank you very much indeed. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So I can't see what. Oh, I tell you what. Can we get someone to call in?
And they can play it.
And they can play with us. Ideally on Skype using the video, TLNA, but otherwise on the phone. Hello, caller. Oh, they're gone. Okay, someone call in and play this. and we have to guess what. This is better than Fortnite or American Truck Simulator or any of that stuff. Someone call in. We'll wait until someone calls in. Let me play some.
Here's one.
Okay. Hello, caller.
Hi, how are you doing? Now then.
What's your name?
James.
James. Do you want to? Can you see the screen?
I can just about, yeah.
Okay. Can you see what we have on our foreheads?
I can, yeah.
Would you like to play with us?
Yeah, of course. That's why I rang up.
If
Come
we
on,
had
stop
some.
messing me about. Stop
Sorry?
messing about tonight.
Sorry?
You're messing me about. Come on, let's play. So, you have to ask some questions, don't you?
Strident.
I'm really sorry that we've messed you around, James.
I've been called a lot of things, but Strident isn't one. That's a new one. But
If you were on Skype, though, James, you could put one on your head and we could play with you.
Oh,
hang on, we could.
If
still.
I'm honest,
we'll put it up here.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't got Skype either.
But we can. All right, we've got one for
one
you.
of you, right?
Right.
I'm not looking at the screen. I promise.
Can't see it anyway.
You can't see it. It's down. Right. So I'm going to go first. We'll see who gets it in the quickest number. Am I an animal?
Yes.
Am I a cow?
No.
Am I a horse?
No.
Meh. Yes, you are.
Am I a horse?
Yeah.
Is he lying?
Yeah.
So he's not.
That's not a horse. It's a chipmunk.
It's a horse, you muppet.
All right.
So I got that on 3.
Right, now it's your turn, James. Let's do some questions.
Got beat 3.
Am I a human?
No.
Oh, that was a bad question, wasn't it? Am I? What continent am I on?
It's a yes/no answer, mate.
All right, yeah. Poo. Am I in Africa?
You could be. Amongst many other places.
Oh man, am I an animal? This is a lot of questions.
You're not an animal.
I'm not an animal. I'm not a person.
No.
And I could be in Africa, but I could be anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Right, then it must be. Am I an object?
Well.
Oh, this is ridiculous. I think you're lying to me because I'm not watching the screen.
We're not lying to you. We're not showing what yours is on the screen. You said I was a chipmunk.
So am I? What if I'm not an object and I'm not a person?
Well, you are everything's an object. You are an object.
I am an object. Am I a piece of furniture?
No.
This is so hard. Oh dear me. Am I a country?
No.
Well, a country. No, you're not. A 6.
Oh, give me a clue. Come on, be kind. It's been a hard lockdown.
You're round.
I'm round. Oh, am I a football?
No.
Am I the Earth?
No.
Am I close by saying the Earth?
I mean, it's something that's on the earth.
I'm not. I won't give that as a question.
What could it be that's on the Earth that's round?
Something. Should I give him another clue? Because this is going to go.
Am I a
further.
tyre?
Oh no! Something that comes out of the earth.
Something that comes out of the Earth that's round.
Yeah.
Is that 9?
What comes out of the Earth? Like a potato.
Like a potato, but no.
Round though.
Rounder.
Rounder than a potato. An onion.
No.
Redder.
Am I an apple?
More tomato-y.
Am I a tomato?
Yes!
13. Hang on, we've got to do yours, Kath. That was 13. I got it in 3. So it's up to Katherine now, James. I'm going to let you answer.
I don't
her.
trust Chipmunk Boy.
I trust him. I think he's just a little bit excited.
Let me just make sure I can see it because the phone's the screen's small. How do you get rid of the chat bit?
Put it the other way.
Oh, there you are. Oh yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see
Don't
it.
let him lead me astray. Don't
I
let
won't. I'm on the side of right.
Okay. Am I
This is what the internet
an animal?
No.
Oh.
Oh, no. There's like sayings people say where it's like it's a beast or something, but it's not. It's not an actual animal.
Well, you shut up. Shut up.
Just helping out. 13's a hard score to beat.
No, I got 3.
Right, go on then.
Am I a fruit?
No.
Am I?
I like James. I like James's
I
style.
think he's mischievous.
I would like to be friends with
I
James.
still haven't decided. I think he's very strident. And
I called you up on Talk Radio. It's gone. I'm not a fan of it anymore. It's not the same, the late night show there. But
no, it's rubbish.
It was good. I think you said you were pumping up that day. You're doing some weights.
Yeah.
Pumping up.
I'll pump up for you guys in a minute. Right.
That doesn't narrow it down, is it? You're pumping up most days, to be honest. But...
Yeah. Right. I don't know what that means.
Am I?
He's too strident, I would suggest.
What did I ask already? Am I?
Come on, hurry up, please.
Am I a vegetable?
No.
Am I alive?
No.
Oh, am I furniture?
No.
Am I?
You're going to get beaten by James.
I know. Hey, by James. Why do you say it like that?
Because you are flipping awful.
Am I?
You were asking for a friendship a minute ago. That's out the window.
I'm
This is how he
retracting.
treats his friends.
I am rescinding my offer of friendship.
Am I a natural phenomenon?
No.
Oh, so I'm an object.
Yeah, everything's an object, apparently.
Am I round?
Sometimes.
Ooh.
Oh, you're getting close to my answers, though, aren't
I
you?
know. I'm going to copy you. Am I? It's just sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you come in different shapes. 2 shapes, really.
Oh.
Oh, actually, no, that's wrong.
Could you shut up, please?
I think I'm due a clue.
I'll give you a really hard clue. I don't know.
That is really hard.
It's a little bit too hard, I would say. Doesn't it?
We've gone through a lot of it recently.
Oh.
Okay.
Toilet roll.
That's 9.
Beans.
Are we still playing the game here?
Yes. You saying beans?
No, because that's not naturally.
Okay. So 9.
Toilet roll.
There's people watching this. Do you know what I mean? Come on, step it up.
All right, 13.
Well, you're not far off. Right.
I'm 9. I'm still 4 behind.
He's gonna beat you.
And I'm being thoughtful.
I don't want to get into it, guys. Come on. Second place is good.
You're in it. You're in it, James.
You're part of this.
Right,
in it
9.
to win it. In it to win it.
Well, you're not going to win it.
Come on, please.
Oh, is it poo?
Is it poo? Come on.
Come on, play properly.
Ice cream.
It's getting serious now.
11. Look, she knows that she's not going to do it, so she's being silly. I'm not taking ice cream because that was you being silly. You got 10.
There's a lot at stake here. There's a lot at stake. Third place is no laughing matter.
Am I? Weather.
No.
11.
Am I?
Do you know
Some people might say it's raining you.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. Well, it depends who you are.
Oh, am I bread?
No.
Kind of. In an abstract way.
Oh, really?
In an abstract way. James, would you agree?
This is getting deep. This is getting deep.
Isn't it?
Oh, is it Jesus?
No.
So he's beat James of all people.
I know.
Has beaten
I've got a quick.
Tell me what I am. I can't do it.
Hang on. You tell her.
Money.
Oh.
Show me the money.
We seem to have lost 100 viewers there. I don't quite understand how or why.
Well, I actually rang up to ask a question before, but you didn't answer, so I can ask it now.
Yeah, go on.
Go on. So I was in a bit of a situation. I wanted to know if it's cheating or not. So there was a girl at work who was quite close to and stuff, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and we were just we went on a work night out.
I tell you now, it's cheating.
Yeah, if you're asking a question about that relationship,
it's cheating.
No, it was just a kiss though.
Oh, mate.
and then listen,
kisses aren't cheating, and neither are BJ's.
She asked me to come back to hers and back to home. I said no, and then I didn't message her back, and then I sort of just stopped talking to her. And I managed to get a new job not long after. So then I didn't have to. And then obviously when I broke up with my last girlfriend, I told her, like, it was probably a hurtful way of telling her, but I told her. But I didn't think that was cheating because, do you know what I mean? I had the chance to do more.
Well, did you tell her straight away? Did you tell your girlfriend straight away, or did you tell her in revenge?
In revenge, but
Well, then
that
it was
was the
cheating,
reason
wasn't
it started declining. No, but she started doing all this crazy girl stuff, like turning up at my house when I told her not to, and I'd just be like, "What are you doing?" So I didn't think I was cheating, but yeah, maybe.
Well,
No, I'm
if you
still
didn't tell your girlfriend what you've been up to, yes, you did.
It's only, maybe.
Yeah, if it was only a kiss, you'd have told her.
Right.
Come on,
Anyway,
James.
it's been a revelation talking to you, yeah.
It's so strident. Who's that? Who's that in the room with you?
No, it's just me. I'm a Jack Jones today. Yeah.
All right, thank you for calling. Anne-Marie, thank you so much. I think we got a little tip. She gave us a £10 tip. Thank you, Anne-Marie. I appreciate that.
Oh, I may have got it wrong. Maybe James fell into this girl's mouth.
Well, as soon as he said, can I just ask if this is cheating?
Yes.
The answer was always going to be yes. Oh, look at this damage I've done to my head playing that game.
Not designed for huge melons.
I'm scarred. Totally
It
scarred.
was worth it, though, wasn't it, for the entertainment?
That was fun.
Fun.
Go on, you take this.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, hi. Hello.
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 Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
A bit.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
No.
Yes.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey, I just wanted to comment on the caller earlier who said about the owl.
Yes.
In some places, well, I used to live in Indonesia. I lived there for like 26 years. The Indonesian word for owl is burung hantu. Hantu means ghost. So they have all these beliefs in that owls bring death and all this kind of thing. Anyway, useless information, but that's what they believe.
I get it. Owls are spooky and, beautiful and magnificent, and you don't see them very often. They're silent. They are absolutely silent. Do you know why they're silent?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I know why they're what?
Do you know why they're silent, caller?
Why they're silent? No, I wouldn't know.
Catherine knows, so she'll tell us. Hang on, Catherine's going to tell us why owls are silent. Catherine, over to you.
Because they're made of snow.
They're made of snow. Okay.
I will tell you why owls are silent. It's because at the ends of their wings, they're little ridges. There's little, almost like little cuts at the end of their wings, and that makes them silent.
Interesting. The other thing in Indonesia you don't do to anybody is if they're asleep, don't wake them up or jolt them awake, because when we're asleep, the belief is that our soul is in limbo.
Oh, I've heard this, and it can if you jolt them away, it gets stuck there.
So
Yes.
it won't be able to come back in. That's right. So, and the other thing that Indonesians believe, if you want to burgle a house, the burglar should poop outside the house, and that what's it called? It's some kind of like black magic thing. So it prevents them from being being detected. I don't know.
But surely leaving a steaming pile of DNA would be a great way, the best way of being detected.
I think they did that before the DNA tests and stuff like that. But it's traditional. Anyway.
Traditional burglary.
I love it, man.
Well,
Thank you
we
for
can
that.
laugh about it. There's lots of different things they do. It's amazing stuff. They were using turmeric long before Gwyneth Paltrow got on the bandwagon.
Well,
so
I completely understand that. Pooing outside someone's house as a way of burgling them more effectively, maybe not.
Here's the issue I've got. Is it turmeric or turmeric?
Well, I say turmeric, but in Indonesian it's kunyit. Anyway, whatever.
Are you Indonesian?
No, I'm British, but I lived there for a long time. I lived there when I was in my 20s. So.
Do you think that maybe the Indonesians were having a laugh at your expense by telling you bollocks?
No, because I spoke Indonesian. I went there when I was 17. I was a high school exchange student, so I speak it fluently. So, I mean,
Did you ever get burgled by a Pullman?
No, I didn't. No.
How do you know it happens?
Because I read it. Because it was. I used to work as a journalist, and we had a famous case of this painter who was murdered, and that was one of the things that was done. And it's part of the black magic. There's a lot of this traditional beliefs in, like, you put in what's it called, like a silver object into your body, and that will attract people to you. It's called susuk. So if you put this, like a little kind of amulet thing, and you have it inserted into your body, and it will attract people to you. Obviously, I didn't have it done, but
where would it be put?
Usually, it would be put in your forearm. So, but of course, you have to get rid of it. If you don't get rid of it, you can't die. That's the thing. So
someone's called it a bumulet. Oh, well done, as friends, Russ. A bumulet.
Anyway.
Oh, he's trying to give us some serious...
I know. But do you believe this? Do you believe this stuff, or are you recounting this as fun stories from Indonesia that are clearly?
No,
nonsense?
I'm recounting it because I think we know so little about different places and countries, and we don't. Somebody just asked about Indonesian animal noises. They're completely different, right? So we have different.
What noise does a chicken make in Indonesia?
Oh, how does it go? I can't even do it, but it's saya lupa. It's they don't do it like we do cock-a-doodle-doo. It's I forget. But
this is, if you can remember, because this is one of the running themes on this show, is the different noises animals make around the world. Chickens in Japan make cocky cock cock,
and in Spanish, and I think Portuguese is cocorico.
Okay, well, Portuguese and Indonesian, there's a lot of similar words, right? Because of the Portuguese going in there, but. In Indonesian, for cats, it's meong, we say. And then, how does a chicken go? I forget. Yeah, but there's all different. It's all different ways of saying it. Yeah. Anyway.
How long were you over there for?
Well, I was there when I was 17. I was a high school exchange student, but I was in West Sumatra, which is an interesting place because they have a matrilineal kinship system, even though they're Muslim. So descent and everything, all the property goes through the woman instead of through the husband. So that was interesting to live in that society. And then I went back and when I was 23, I worked there as a journalist. But because I already spoke Indonesian, I eventually became an editor. So I got to write about a lot of different people, Indonesian celebrities, but also a few foreign celebrities. I interviewed like Jane Birkin when she came to...
I love Jane Birkin.
Oh, she was brilliant, a brilliant woman.
I saw her in concert once, amazing. One of the best shows I've ever seen, and wonderful.
Well, she came to Jakarta to do the arabesque, this arabesque concert where, it's like... Middle Eastern influenced music, which was quite brilliant. I interviewed Michael Bublé, and he was such a nice guy, such a really interesting guy, nice guy. So
why did you come back here?
I got depressed. So it happened. I think it was a midlife crisis. But, you live in a place for a long time, so it means a lot to you. But I do on Twitter, I tweet in Indonesian because Indonesia remains so, it remains important to me. So I just discovered an artist called Marianne North. Do you know Marianne North?
I don't know that name, no.
She was an artist in the 19th century, and there's a gallery at Kew. But she was a woman in the 19th century from a lot of money in Britain, and she traveled all over the world, and she did all of them, she did all these different scenes from around the world, and she went to Java. So I was interested in that, and the Indonesians, they found it very interesting, all the different scenes of Indonesia at that time, even though it was a colony, of course. But anyway.
What's your name? What's your name? Because I just wanted to put your name on the screen. So if you call, I'm loving this, by the way. If you call again, we can.
I could talk forever.
What is your name?
Bruce.
Bruce. Hey, Bruce. I'm going to put Bruce Indonesia just so that we know. Not that we're going to get that many Bruces.
Have you called us before, Bruce?
I called you once, actually,
Yeah,
Kathy. I talked about, because I lived in Whitstable, I talked about the tennis courts. At that time, they weren't open. It was weeks ago. I think you were still on the other radio station, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about, because the tennis courts weren't open at that time. And anyway, it is what it is.
Do you regret coming back here?
Do I regret? Well, my background is quite diverse. My father's South African and my mother's from Lancashire. So I only moved here when I was 7 from South Africa, and then we moved to America when I was 14. So I feel a lot of Britain, it feels very, what's it called? It feels strange to me, right? Because it's, I left here when I was 14. I only lived here for 7 years in the 70s. So, I came back and people were saying all right, and I hadn't grown up with this, all right, I think is, we had lived in Kent, but I don't remember when I was a child hearing all right as an expression.
As a greeting.
So, sorry?
As a greeting rather than a question.
Yeah, exactly right. As a kind of all, save all kind of thing. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I interviewed a singer actually from Indonesia once called Anggun, and I've interviewed her a lot.
Her. I love her.
She's brilliant. You should have her on the show. She's a brilliant woman, and I'm in contact with her still. But Anggun, she said that because she left Indonesia when she was 19, came to London, didn't like London, went to Paris, and fell in love with Paris, and then I think she went to Canada and stuff. But Anggun's brilliant, and one thing she said to me, wherever she goes, she always feels like a stranger now, right? Because of that whole, leaving Indonesia. And when you leave Indonesia, Indonesians kind of see it as you've kind of left the fold in a sense, right? So, and she lives in Paris now. And anyway.
Not funny that she should come up. I bought her album when I lived in Paris.
Oh, really?
And so
Which
much
one
of
is
it? La Neige au Sahara.
Oh, Snow on the Sahara,
Yeah, and I didn't realise that she sang in English until I kind of investigated her more. Since the days before Google, I just remember seeing her on television over there, and they would always play the French version. And she's got like a voice, like if I can explain it to people that have never heard of her. There's something of like an Annie Lennox type quality to her voice, or there certainly was then. And a lot of her songs were about kind of longing to go back, and so that makes perfect sense now. But how funny that she should come up all this time. I mean, that's 20 years ago, but I remember loving that album so much.
Yeah, and it kind of was it was kind of like foretelling global warming, wasn't it? Snow on the Sahara.
It was.
But she's interesting because she's kind of like Jane Birkin in the sense that what's it called? Jane Birkin is kind of embraced by the French, and so was what's it called? Anggun, right? Because she learned the language and it became important to her to become as French as the French are, if that's possible. But anyway, I think people are getting bored. I need to get off.
Bruce, people are not getting bored, but we are going to move on because I just want to do a couple of things before you. It's really nice to talk to you.
Bruce.
I look forward to the next chat. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Well, that was nice. I'm going to close the phone lines because we're going to do a little bit of business. Then we're going to talk about Matthew reminded me that we asked Japanese YouTuber on the show, and I've just been and looked, and you don't get told on YouTube
that they've written back,
that someone's written back. She has written back.
Oh, good.
So we'll do that in a second. First of all, let's talk about SommersWasteSolutions.com. SommersWasteSolutions.com, family-run business. They can almost definitely save you money. They will cover all of your waste issues. If you're like a huge building, a huge industry, a huge hotel, or you're a tiny little shop, they will be able to do it. They can almost definitely save you money, skip hire, all kinds of waste. They operate throughout the country, and they will save you money and increase your green credentials.
They're happy to just chat stuff through with you. So if you're not sure, give them a ring. Really, really friendly. They're super flexible. They serve the whole country. And as Ian said there, they're pretty confident that whatever you're doing at the moment, they can do it better.
Poseidon Safety Management. Let me just move these across so you can see. Facebook.com/Poseidon Safety. Twitter.com Poseidon Safe. Cornwall and Devon. Cornwall's only authorised installer of Radar Vision.
Yeah, they explain this to us.
Radar
It's like a
Vision.
security system that doesn't need any power, no internet. They can put it in a field and it connects you.
Why would they want to put it in a field?
Well, because it's a very rural area.
But who's going to steal what? I'm going to steal a grass?
Flocks of sheep. I
You
don't
can
know.
steal flocks of sheep. We had great.
You might have a farm.
When me and my boys went away last week to the Forest of Dean, we drove through a little town, and we were all so excited to see some sheep just walking through the town. And
Like they own the place.
We were wetting ourselves. It was brilliant. So that maybe Radar Vision could have helped there.
Yeah, definitely. So they serve Devon and Cornwall. They employ people from Devon and Cornwall, so they know the area like the back of their hand. They know about the sort of specific needs of the area. They also do their best to make sure that when they go into a place, they leave it slightly better. So, for instance, at the beginning of lockdown, a local school was broken into. They provided security free. They did the same for the pubs when the lockdown first happened.
Here's the guy that runs the place has used the dog.
But yeah, someone's mentioned in chat, rural crime is a huge problem. If you don't,
yes.
You know, it's not just like the big cities that need security firms, and Poseidon are your men and women if you're in the Devon and Cornwall area.
And everyone they employ will operate in their local area, so they're going to get a real knowledge of that. Gregorian, I need to do something. I tried to find
All these people that sponsor us, by the way, are just happy for you to get in touch and have a chat through. They won't charge you for talking through the possibilities, but they're pretty sure that whatever you're going through, they can probably, if it's not them, they'll send you in the direction of the right person to help you out.
Richard, you got to send me a better logo because I'm struggling, and I want that logo to be loud.
If I put a piece of paper there, will it make a difference? Yeah, look.
You can't. But now you can't see the website.
Where is it? Oh no, you can't see the website. What about my grey book? Here we go.
But now you're going. There we go. gelaw.co.uk. Human touch. Getting divorced is not fun. Sorting out the kids is not fun. Well, sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes couples it can be very, very straightforward. More often than not, it isn't straightforward, and it's really horrible. You know, you're having to deal with the emotions of getting divorced. Even if you want to get divorced, it's still an incredibly emotionally draining experience. These guys, and they are guys, they get that, and they're not in it just to try and squeeze out every single penny. I never forget when I got I phoned up my solicitor when I was getting divorced just to ask one thing, and a week later I got a bill for about 350 quid. I was thinking, I won't be asking her anymore. But they're not there to squeeze every penny out of you. I saw someone, one of our listeners, ask Richard on Twitter how much would a consultation be. He said, give us a call. The first chat will be free. We'll see if we can help you. And if we can, then come in and talk. And if we can't, well, you've not lost anything.
What they promise not to do is to get involved in he said, she said and stir it up. Basically, it's about getting the best result for your family, for all of you, and also to keep an eye on how you're doing psychologically as well as, financially too. So, if something's getting too much, you can tell him to back off, whatever. He keeps an eye on what's going on, like, across the board.
Richard, all I'm going to say is dog, cat, nothing. You need to get a pet.
He's got Jerry.
That's true.
I mean, do those animals do backward rolls?
So
Jerry does.
Last week we watched Yoko Shibata, who was a Japanese YouTuber, and some idiots thought that we were being racist by laughing at someone at her because she was Japanese. No, we were laughing at her funny YouTube videos because she's a funny YouTuber.
Because she's made funny YouTube.
Here's a little bit of one of her. I think she's so fab. It's what it says behind us on that board is listen to the music.
God knows what she's going to cook. What's she got a stethoscope for?
I love it. I love it.
Oh, Yoko, Meko-chan-da. Hello. Oh, can you see me? Hello. Looking at the Japanese restaurant. Oh, I see where I eat teppanyaki. Ah, teppanyaki
Okay. So wonderful. So I messaged.
That is a sharp
Do you
name.
fancy coming on the stream? She replied, "Did you mention me in one of your streams? I'd like to watch it. Could you tell me in which stream did you mention? What day was it?"
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It was one of the early ones, wasn't
Anyone in chat know which day? Because what I will then do after this is I will
Send her a clip.
I will. Well, yeah, I will send her the link to the thing from my YouTube thing. This is not who we are raiding. But just Matty asked if she got back, so she has. So hopefully we will get her. It was Wednesday, was it? Thank you very much indeed. Zaffa Cakes is here. Zaffa Cakes is here. Can we play another game of Guess the Object? No. Play it tomorrow. We're here every weeknight from 9, and we will go on later than 12 at some points. I promise. We just have to do a minimum of 3 hours. But as it goes on, last week and this week, just because it's the first couple of weeks and sorting out kids and stuff like that, it's really, really tricky to go on a little bit later. But we will. And next week, I think, well, next week we will.
Yeah, quite probably. It's weird, actually, after not working for a month and kind of almost getting a regular sleeping pattern. Last week really knocked it out of me.
This is the toughest. It's the toughest job in the world.
No, it's not.
It is the toughest job in the world.
But it does mess with your sleeping patterns.
It is the toughest job in the world. Let me see who I really want to raid Black Mario, but he's just not on, so we can't. Who was this? Oh, that's the person. Did we do her on here, or did we do her different, separate time?
Separate time.
Separate time. So we could do her, couldn't we?
How many she got watching?
5.
All right.
I like Laura.
She doesn't like she's going to do lots of F-bombs or like...
Yeah, and I should say, sometimes we will go to people, and obviously we are not responsible for their channel, so you might get some naughtiness. This is someone's really lovely. We raided her...
Someone's put... So when this is sorted out, will you both be back in the studio? No, this is the studio.
This is the studio. What are you talking about?
When this is sorted out, we'll be out of here. We
What
might
are
go
you
and
talking
take the show and do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But we're not going back in the studio.
Be nice. Laura's lovely. I've seen her before, and you know, if you like her, follow her. If you don't like her, just leave quietly. Don't slam the door on your way out. You make me laugh so much.
Thanks.
I love working with you.
It's fun.
Genuinely. It's really nice to see you shine. Not quite as bright as that light is making you shine, but it's nice to see you shine.
Oh, thank you.
You never really got the opportunity to shine at the radio station as much as...
Well, you know, it was
should have.
made very clear that it wasn't my show. Not by you.
Yeah.
It was always our show as far as we were concerned, wasn't it?
Totally.
And most of the listeners.
We will be back. Let's go and raid Laura. Be nice.
Take care. See you
Be
tomorrow.
nice. Ta-ra.